Hello everybody, we're here with another draft diff, number 3 to be exact, and we are heading right into this one. I'm
Is
here.
this draft at 4?
Oh, it's 4, not 3. My bad. I'm here with Bozo, PLX, Ice, Lola Mao, XDDD,
Hello.
and we have a bit of a crazy draft on our hands.
Yeah, so we have on start Orb Dancer with Adrenaline Rush on Night Market, which I think every single round will be Night Market for one. By the looks of it, I think on the House of Cards, it looks like they're actually both teams seems like they're actually going to play full control. So anyone might have Orb Dancer in this game, but who knows?
Yeah, Adrenaline Rush, not like the super yeah type of pickup. So there's
Definitely not, unless you definitely want to commit to it.
well, what they take.
Only Cardsmith has Adrenaline Rush. Everybody else Orb Dancer.
Alright, well, so, Lola Mao, I ask you this question every time we talk, okay? You're not ready for this one.
Yeah.
How are your evokers going?
No comment, bro.
Oh,
I have not logged on in Grand Blue in like you guys, my other friends though. I'm pretty sure they finished
whoa, that's
that
crazy.
beating everybody else.
Well,
I mean, all my other friends play that game every single day. I'm like, damn, can't really do that, huh?
yeah. Well, Carsmith's getting in there. Drop Leto's having to drop back a ton to defend. This guy's not getting to brawl.
Yeah, I mean, Carsmith is really struggling to play the game right now. He's always just being staggered all the time, and all he has to rely on his teammates to try to get the ball into, hopefully, on Terran net, or otherwise in a safe spot for him to strike the ball.
Wait, but Carsmith's staying alive. Like, Drop Leto didn't get the kill, so Carsmith is just, like, standing there. And great save from Mexi, another great save. I don't know, Mexi's playing so well so far. It's going kind of crazy.
I mean, yeah, hasn't Mexico been playing, like, well, like, during multiple drafts? Like, I remember watching him a couple of times. I always got impressed how well they improved every single time.
I think Mexi's just good at this tournament, but Cardsmith, oh, what a shot. Up towards the top side.
Yeah, unfortunately, Captain Cole was not in position to cover that, unfortunately. But, hopefully they won't let them down too much. I'm sure they can definitely come back from that.
Oh, double barrier. Ooh. They are coming back from that right now.
They're definitely coming back.
Oh, where Rare Drop Leto missed though, but then he just goes in. Drop Leto go kill.
If only he had Adrenaline Rush, he would have gone that right now. Oh well.
Oh no.
It is what it is.
If they lose a barrier, oh, and Carsmith gets a kill. Adrenaline Rush procced. Oh, this could be huge right here.
This is huge. I mean, Cars almost tried to kill Drop Leto again. Whoa. I mean, he almost had a double Adrenaline Rush stack before the respawn happened.
Oh, a good shot placement from Cardsmith, getting in there. Oh, and Mexi, oh no. Strikes a little too early.
Actually loses to X Maximus, just striking the ball into that. Even with that pauldrons, he was still outranged. Still struck too early. And hooking the plot early, trying to get control right away. And actually works out getting the first barrier. And then, right now, Parts is in there. Wait, who's the goal? I actually name off for me, so I cannot see who's.
Yeah, name off for me too. It's Talc as the goalie and Jay as the Juno.
Oh, TTJ Dog, but not Jay. Right? Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
TTJ
I was wondering who they
Jay.
were. Yeah, I was wondering who they were. They're pretty good. I'll be honest. I was like, who are these names off?
Talc always plays with like the friend group team with like Crovid and like who was the other one? I forget.
Shadowcook, was it?
Yeah. So
yeah,
always looks good, but Drop Leto kind of just kills the goalie there, and whoa.
I mean, two people died at the exact same time. Drop Leto dashing while also core flipping, getting instant flip while also hitting Talc at the same time with that core flip and dash. Meanwhile, Crusty also got a KO getting that Dread Rush. So, definitely, unfortunately, the trade that was a 2 kills, but then 1 goal on the other side as well. But hey, Carsmith's not letting that down, getting both barriers by himself.
Oh, KO found again. as Cardsmith goes in. Dropletto, Pat Splitter though, lots of damage. And Mexi is holding for now, and Cardsmith stays alive. Talc tries to be the difference maker, but not quite. And Cardsmith is yoinking all the orbs without orb dancer. So that's a little funny.
It is a bit counterproductive, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes not everybody can take his orbs. Ooh, nice try from X Casual, but Jay actually splits it in 4-4. Think about it. When Res has been kind of really weak against 4-4, other than having Hook to save it.
Well, secondary is kind of good.
Yeah, it is.
Primary is
feels
just like awkward.
Yeah, primary is definitely the most awkward ability to use. Stuff flips out.
So, tell me a bit of a story. What happened to your mic?
Oh, right. So, that was during Saturday when Nassau was happening. I was watching Evo. Actually, I had a script before that. I had to warm up Bozo. And then that was done. And then I went to watch with Natty. And then Natty said, oh, you have to go warm up, bang bang. I was like, alright, sure, go ahead, bro. And then I was watching Evo in the kitchen. I still have my headset on because I have a Bluetooth headset, right? So I still had my mic on the entire time. I was like, alright, this is getting annoying to have while I'm trying to cook food. So I deplugged the headset, deplugged the microphone. And then I left it in my pocket, okay? And then I came back to my room with the food in my hand. And I'm like, where's my microphone? And I have no idea where it went ever since that day.
Wait, but shouldn't it be in your pocket then?
No, like I looked at my pocket. I even like touched it multiple times. Like I don't find the microphone. There's like, is there a hole in my pocket? I don't see a hole. I just have no idea where it is. The worst part is I also have a second microphone, which I don't even know where it is anymore. I just lost both microphones in the same day.
Oh no. Wait,
Anyways,
it's been like half a week since then.
Yeah, it's been half a week. I have no idea where they went. So I'm just on this very bad microphone on my laptop.
Oh.
Works out though. Oh. Unfortunately gets stuffed out.
But Mexi's almost dead, and there's a million slimes, but it's still saved away.
I mean, Cardsmith is hunting for that kill, thinking that Adrenaline Rush Gal has a cooldown back. I don't think he has special up, but Mexican Casual is surviving still by holding on the edge. And Travel missing strike, and then not getting the barrier, getting stuck by Jay. Oh my, I mean, Talc might be the best player in this lobby.
Yeah, Talc is
just
kind of
diffing Droplet though.
What was it like? Oh, what a shot! Well, what a bounce! But yeah, Talc I think performed incredibly well during, what was it again? Was it Lockoff? Or was it one of like the first draft diffs? But during some kind of like draft sort of tournament, Talc was like really showing up.
Good question. I mean, I don't really remember that much because I actually don't really see them that often. Other than like, I think it was definitely Lockoff though.
Oh, it is Lockoff. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was right, sort of. I mean, I kind of just guessed. I'll be real. I didn't actually remember.
Yeah, that's like me, except I'm right when I guess. But you were right when you guessed, so. Yeah,
also right.
Oh, and a great slime redirect. And amazing turret setup, actually. Cardsmith unfortunately can't capitalize, but Dropletto now trying to do some offense, but Captain Cold and Dropletto are kind of permanently split, it feels like. There's none of that
they're not really
passing really going on.
Yeah, they're not really playing together now. I'd say that, yeah.
Yeah, it is a draft tournament, but like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it is a bit hard for Captain Cold because he is playing no, sorry, I don't remember. But they're playing Era against Juno Amy, which honestly I think will be a bit hard to like midfield because they don't really have that many build. Oh my god, Jay, primary core flip killing Dropletto. Fine. As I was saying, Era doesn't really have that many tools to like actually get the ball from the other side because they only have to rely on strike boarding, right? Like not really that good tool to get the other side.
Yeah, especially when there's a million projectiles flying at you, and Talc almost gets it there. And Talc, yeah, like you were saying, is playing very aggressively, very well. And it's just consistent, it feels like. And look at these passing plays. Like, House of Cards feels like a real team. Caps, Cantankerous Crew. Unfortunately, the team play not quite there.
Yeah, might take a bit of time to adapt to each other because they don't adapt to each other anytime soon. This might just be a complete loss for what's her name again? Hold on, I need to pull up the sheet. What was it? Captains Cantank Karis.
Oh yeah, Captain? Is that a Grand Blue reference?
Whoa, really?
Crew? Is that a United?
Is that a Grand Blue fan? Oh my god.
Oh! Oh! And Jay gets in there.
Yeah, originally Mexican Casual struck way too late and then just lost. Not even a strike more anymore at that point. Just completely missed the strike, and Jay just gained that score, which is potential set point for this one.
Oh, that was a tricky self pass. Captain Cold doesn't get fooled.
Yeah. Does the slime? When you try the slime and then you hit after the ball hits, do you get your strike reset, or how does that work exactly?
You get strike reset if it's like I think the the first hit of the slime. You get strike reset, like that.
Oh, okay. I guess not the second hit was actually like on the ground.
It's weird.
Yeah. Then again, Jay does have quick strikes, so might just be a strict shenanigans. But it felt very fast and not be quick strikes.
Oh.
So I do not know how it works. Oh my god! I mean, a double flip, killing Captain Colon to a score. Oh my god.
Wait, Mudflap, did Dropletto say only Kazan this tournament?
Oh wait.
Oh, have we been scammed?
Oh wait, what? Dropletto's a liar. He loves lying for fun. If you're part of Boza Bunch, you know this guy always lies every single day. I mean, I know because I'm Boza's up.
Okay, 71% chance. Well, he got lucky. He can't keep getting away with this. Looking at the draft, this draft is not gonna save Caps Cantanker's crew. There's nothing to like boost them into like them winning. They just have to play better.
I mean, if you look at X build, that's looking kind of weak. Might have Colossus with a Adrenaline Rush, one dash punch in. Well, if he gets another one, then you might. Oh, he just tried it.
Yeah, Drop's gonna need to be pretty careful because Cardsmith had like near miss almost KOs versus Drop a bunch of times.
Yeah, definitely. It's either Cardsmith adapts to how Dropletto moves, or Dropletto adapts to how he gets positioned against Cardsmith.
Ooh, good dodge from Captain Cole to not get comboed off the edge there, but look at Tauk just getting the clears versus Dropletto. Oh my.
Tauk is going crazy with the saves. Oh my. Is Tauk just an NASL goalie or something? Because, damn. This NASL forward Dropletto is just not getting it done.
I mean, national season's almost over, right? It's almost like qualifier season. You might need to look into getting Tauk on your team.
Are the subs pots open?
Low key, might be time to try to qualify for national with Tauk. No.
Oh, nice strength one. Wait, did that core flip just miss? Oh my god, Teach killed Dropletto with that core flip. Fortunately, there's not a Adrenaline Rush, you cannot really know. Well, Mike's gonna doing a good bear that arm break.
Oh, that slime is scary. Oh,
that slime was super scary.
Cardsmith is just so confident with these. Oh, Caps Cantankerous crew. Not like this. It's about to be very close to a sweep.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing so confident right now. Like, oh, they're just going in, no care in the world, just winning every single interaction. I mean, Dropletto dashed into the ledge, and then Cardsmith just dashed back and killed Dropletto, getting a Adrenaline Rush back. Only getting one barrier, getting two barriers.
Oh,
the
follow-up.
Three barriers.
It's House of Cards. That was decisive.
I mean, wow, that offense pressure was crazy.
I didn't expect them to be this complete of a team. They went kind of crazy.
Either. I mean, that was awesome synergy. Props to them.
Well,
that was a complete sweep 3-0, 13 minutes.
Looking at the names, I would not have expected this to be one-sided. Like this one-sided. I would expect it to be like a pretty back and forth close game, but it was a stomp.
It was a complete stomp. Yeah, I think Max Casual tried his best, but with that much suffocating offense, with a Juno slime, with an X ulting into you, with an Amy dashing over turret, kind of hard for Rasmus goalie to defend all that. Not really one of those traditionals goalie.
Oh, Cardsmith, you're in chat. Get in the VC. I know you could see this VC. We need an interview right now.
Oh, we absolutely do. Hop in. You join any VC. Just drag you in. Well, I mean, I can't, but Saya can.
Wait, but Cardsmith can see this VC.
Oh, again. Well. I don't think you're listening to this stream. It might have just had. Oh well. Oh.
Hello.
Yo,
Hello.
Cardsmith.
Yo.
So, explain to me what happened that game because your team looked so good.
Okay. So the unfortunate part for the enemy team is this was our scrim team.
Oh.
So
Oh.
now, albeit we had a negative win rate going into the today, but this was actually like the map that we really did well on. So yeah.
So you just basically just had the advantage of having your best map, but also actually with Series just stopping. Does that sound
Okay,
work?
sorry, I forgot to mute stream. I'm a noob. Can you re-ask?
So basically, you think you've won this solely just because you had one of your guys' best, but also be able to like.
Well, yeah. So we had map pick. Our synergy was a little bit better today. Not gonna lie. Jay throwing those slimes all over the place felt really good, and everything just lined up together. We got the draft read on them, so we knew that we had to basically deny X and Julie away from Dropletto. We had 2 unfortunate games that were the cause of that, but no. Hopefully we can beat Cat Kupo's team, and that'll be a tough matchup.
I think with that performance you guys did there, I think you got it. I mean, just the synergy you guys displayed during that game was immaculate. Was it always like that when you guys scrimmed, or was it like a bit rough for the edges when it started, or whatever?
I think the first game was rough, but we had the synergy during the scrim. We just couldn't close it out for some of the points, and they would just be like really long points where we would just like make a couple mistakes, and then that would just be the entire point.
Yeah.
So execution was good today, though.
Any questions? Any questions for Saya?
No, we have to get into your next game on stream because the other branch of winners is so slow.
Oh boy! All right.
Oh, well, hey,
Good luck.
good luck, bro.
Thank you. See
Cool.
ya later.
That was a very quick game.
It was. So. I thought it would take at least like 20 minutes. Only 40 minutes. Oh, with the rules, I guess draft will be really fast, huh? Because you only
Yeah.
just care about awakenings and
No map
carries,
pick carries.
It saves so much time. I remember like a complaint when I was playing NAS was like because we did the bans in chat and not with the website.
Oh.
So like we did the ban and I had to wait like 20 minutes for a response for the next ban. I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I was literally on my bed just waiting on my phone. It's like, well, this is pretty cool. I will not name whoever that was, or the multiple teams that have done that to us, but hey.
I think it's a very common occurrence.
Is it? I guess it's RGG it is, huh? I mean, I try to make it fast, if possible, so.
And now we have that House of Cards team that we just saw versus second place, Cat Kupo, Greatest Meme, Reset. And on draft day, this was kind of crazy. Cat Kupo had a really unfavorable draft position, then Asianator didn't wake up, and that meant Cat Kupo just got Greatest Meme and Reset.
Oh, I remember that. I was reading the chat, like Oscar chat or wherever it was, and I saw my goalie with the freezer. Big engineer is like, where are you? Their name was Steve. I remember reading that. I didn't watch the draft, but I definitely remember reading all that part. I'm like, wow. I mean, I may have done that in drafted as well, but I wasn't captain. But I may have just fell asleep during the entire draft. Like I was just so tired. Like, I didn't even know who I was drafted until I woke up. Like, oh, the day player, Josh. Awesome.
All right, we should be getting the draft now. And if you check the stream, it is Might of the Colossus Castellast.
Colossus Castellast. Wait, then. Pretty sure Grace B plays a lot of X, you know, so might be expecting an X-Ban here.
Yeah, might be a classic X-Ban. Yo, Big Tilt.
What's up, Big Tilt? You like my microphone quality?
Yo,
I
Big
mean,
Tilt,
it's my laptop microphone.
Do you want to come on to cast, Big Tilt?
We're gonna have two people with terrible microphones in this. Oh my god. Hey, I'm down with that.
Now, speaking of Bozo, okay, join any Coscord VC. But speaking of Bozo affiliated people, I got my free burrito from Evo today.
Oh my god. I remember seeing you post that in Fighting Games Raw.
Yeah. Oh my.
Unfortunately, I do not have a Chipotle near my area or where I live, actually. So that I cannot get that free burrito.
That's a little
Which makes
unfortunate.
me sad.
Did you get a code?
I did not get a code either,
Oh,
which was
okay.
even more unfortunate. So, like, if I got the code, I would have gotten it anyway, so I had to give it to someone else. Unless it was, like, indefined, like, time limit, then maybe I just kept it until I went to the US one day and just got it somewhere.
Well, the expiration date's in like August. Join any VC. I didn't enter a game. I sent a text message to the number that was put on screen, and I was fast enough to get a burrito.
Yeah, there was I'm pretty sure all the advertisements it was just a Chipotle ad. And also like some misplaced stuff. The funniest thing about the Chipotle ad is that every time it came up, the crowd just cheered for the Chipotle ad.
Yeah, that one was a
So
little
funny.
crazy on the loading screen. They did crowd mic on the loading screen. That's like an innovation. That's what we need to do next, LAN. On the break screen, we need a crowd mic. That is like the multi-million innovation of Evo that we need to copy.
Oh, hello, Big Tilt.
Hello?
Okay, Big
Hello.
Tilt. Quick reminder: no saying bad words. You can swear, but don't say like, you know, like you know
Like
the deal,
the
right?
the B word. You know, like
Yeah.
the B word passing
Yeah.
to the goalie, if you know what I mean.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, we someone that we know may have done that mistake a couple of draft days ago, and you know, and we
Yes.
got to offer.
Okay, well we're done with the draft.
No, that was good.
Not surprised by the draft. Greatest meme got X.
Whoa, basically got X. I have
Wait,
Colossus start.
they banned away Kakupa's Fini, but Kakupa's just gonna play Vice.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe we're not well informed. Who knows? It happens. Sometimes you're just not well informed for wherever they play, and then just having them banned on things. Done that many times actually. Especially in NAS, I'm like, what did they play again? I can't be asked to search it up. I had to just go off my memory.
I'm just watching my Mugen full auto. It's beautiful.
I saw, what was it? It was. I saw Europa, I saw.
It's not actually that team. Lily died
Oh,
from frontline.
Oh, he died? No, I see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Wait, what's the grid though?
The grid?
Yeah.
The grid is a bunch of ancient Oberon and
Oh,
Draconic, and we don't talk about the grid. It works though. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. We got sent to Dragon Bite versus Pass.
What the hell?
Oh,
My bad.
Guys,
just-
you're an ass again. Oh, wait. Oh, you're not in lobby, huh?
Oh wait, level 9 to Discord
no.
stream.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm not in lobby either.
Wait, you're not in lobby either? I invited you. I have the
We're gonna-
Discord stream.
I'm going to join.
Okay, well, watch the Discord stream.
I was too busy yapping. Alright. Because we have here, everybody have. We have.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm
Now, let's
surprised
cast-
about, the one thing I'm surprised is no era on Might Start.
Well, a lot of people does consider Era kind of. Well, I wouldn't say she's weak, but she definitely looks weak when you have now Estelle as characteristics.
No, that's true, but it's Might of the Colossus start. No, you give your X like 3 million power.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Sometimes the era just needs the kit in the X, but it doesn't look like they're doing this here. They're just playing.
Also-
80% doesn't play Era.
We're finding out that Jay and Tao were not. Wait, no, we're finding out that I was dumb and I mixed up the teams, and it is Kakupo on the Mako
Oh
and
gosh.
Kakupo
Oh,
sniping
my.
around the map. But yo, I flamed it a draft for fun and I was completely wrong because they banned away the Fini and picked the Vice.
Oh, what? Oh, we just added picks. I mean, that is awesome.
Yeah, so it's Talc on goalie. Talc on the Vice.
Oh, wait, you're right. Yeah. Oh, one
these
thing.
no- These no names are throwing me off, I'll be honest.
I mean, me too. I do not know who are. And despite me seeing them literally last game, who was it again? It was Jay and Tao, was it?
Yeah, Jay and Tao.
Okay, okay. I at least remember that much. Oh, please. Okay. I like that a lot, unfortunately. Getting the barrier off the map. And then,
Vice special.
oh, I mean, that. The offense looked really suffocating, I'll say that. I think Vice ult, special X coming at you, but now behind. Well, Stefan will goal, I guess.
Alright. Hardsmith getting in there and getting healed up too. Big Till, did you get a free Chipotle burrito?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't? Damn.
No.
Has anyone in Bosu actually gotten a free burrito who was watching it?
I don't think
No.
so. The only
I think
other
it's
person
only
I know
one.
is like 8th.
Anyways, nice to get some greatest beat right there. Being is for it's already almost 7 point. I mean, potentially.
Black hole. Yasmin trying to get in there. The Erasmus primary. Good passing plays. And Clyde Smith got put in the cage, and now he's half HP.
The classic brawler experience.
Oh
You're about to
god.
get do something, and then you get something, and then like 5 million abilities come into you, and you're like, oh wow, my health's going.
Oh wait, Tauk's going a little crazy though. Didn't use Lip there. Very confident.
Yeah, very confident.
Okay, well maybe a little too
No.
confident.
The Ivy Evo came insta when the Erasmus primary came out. They knew it was done.
I mean, at that
Frame
point, just
one.
press the flip button.
Joke.
Oh, it does the same thing, honestly. Especially if you peed in my stream a couple hours ago. I was drinking a lot of alcohol, but hey, it's all my system. It's all out of my system.
Yeah, speaking of alcohol, you know that the VTuber anime that Soren really likes?
Oh yeah, I was talking to him. Well, I mean, not really that much, but he mentioned it in Westport. What was it
Yeah.
called again?
It was like
It was.
the name is so dumb. It's just the only VTuber and it's the first one of many. Many will arrive. There are plenty
look it up.
of VTuber anime candidates that will arrive in the next few years, and then we will start to get tired of them, but not yet.
Oh, it's called Stro Zero. That's what it's called.
Oh,
The
full
fi-
screen cage.
It's not even like product placement. The author just like really likes that brand of alcohol.
I mean, pretty sure Soren ordered like a pack, and he does like I'm pretty sure like a pack of 6. He doesn't even know he's gonna like it or not.
Oh, Carsmith getting the KO. Getting
Strike
in.
shot.
Oh.
Actually, no Adrenaline Rush compared to last game. They good.
Oh, but I mean, the Kakupo team is just so good. This is a crazy
Kaku-
draft that Kakupo did on Sunday.
I mean,
Oh,
the team is looking a lot classed. Whoa. Wait, what did Russell get hit by? I didn't even see.
Ice special.
No,
Wait, really?
No, I think it was now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was guided by now into the my special or something. Because it definitely did not. Oh
What?
my! I mean,
The cage.
So the reception
No.
will die soon.
Unless he gets all orbs. Get orbs! Nope, we're just all nice to flip.
Wait, but greatest meme was just 1v2ing in the other side.
Got both barriers, hey. I mean, if Grace me a hook, I'm pretty sure he could score that.
Oh,
Let's try.
Double barrier. Okay, Kai Smith's gonna put this in.
are you sure about that?
Alright,
he's gonna
$5.
put
Alright,
Oh.
$5 right now. $5. $5.
He missed the black hole, and he gave it right to what's that? Who passed with the greatest meme, and he just does Rasmus Primer, and they score.
Alright, Big Dill, $5. Give it to me now.
No, never. I'll never give you
What?
money.
Yo, I mean, I gave you like 2 games, and this is how you treat me?
Okay.
All good, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very used to people being fake, just like you. All good, bro.
Oh my god.
Alright, well, greatest meme's almost dead, but almost is. Oh!
Oh my god! Black hole double kill, same direction. Why?
They just kept standing on it.
Oh,
What
no.
were-
Maybe you thought you had unstoppable.
Not even. No one looks at the timer, so they just walk in the middle and then they just explode because they don't.
I
keep
mean,
track.
I do that all the time. Because I just like popping in the middle. Because it's like BAM! And just like damage to someone, including me.
Yeah, and
I'm
this,
like, damn, that's so much damage.
the timer's also kind of hard to see when people are standing on it.
Especially if the name bars and the names. I think the names is what really hides it the most.
Put it in, Card Smith.
Oh!
Oh, Mako Cage. Unfortunately, Mako Cage still hits the ball.
Oh! Look at the
Oh,
moves!
oh my God.
Greatest
Oh.
meme!
Oh my god, greatest beams! Live!
Okay.
Ah, nice try, bro. I mean, hey, he stalled a lot. Nope.
What a strike. What strike
Strike.
placement.
Actually, Reset now reacted to that. Just scored for time difference. Actually, I didn't even watch the last draft. What even happened last draft? I didn't like see the Awakenings.
Oh, you want to see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Awakenings? I got you.
Yep. Okay, extra special card smith. Okay. Oh, everybody's
Oh,
build
put it
looking kind
in.
of strong. Fine. Reset
What's
gets
that?
1v Glissy. Putting it on. And also, rightfully gets the MVP for that. And then, the nice big fish from. Previous. Wait, no.
No.
Garsmith.
I'd
I
say-
had the T spot again. But they do definitely
Ooh.
get something good regardless.
Did they get heavy impact vice?
It is heavy impact device. Yeah. Rapid fire now. I'm kind of confused why not do rapid fire on matches instead. But we'll see what happens
Oh.
at Deadeye. It could maybe be using the black hole as like a Eevee hole where you like hook someone in it and it's like 5 million health damage. And then they just kill them later. Perhaps. We'll
Yeah,
see how it goes.
Cat Koopa is basically playing Fini now. Basically, it's Fini primary with missile prop.
No, definitely. It also has strike shot.
Watch out!
Watch out! Percent. Okay.
No, but
There-
those primaries like are gonna kill Tauk one day. Just watch.
Yeah, that might have Colossus, dude. It's gonna be extra power. Actually, one thing I thought Cat Koopa will go will be Pauldrons because of my Colossus. That's the Strike Shot. Which honestly, that's fair. Strike Shot is a very strong bully gear. I mean, the extra range is. I mean, not only the extra range, but also the extra ability to just shoot projectiles.
I mean, I'll say it, Pauldrons feel so useless as the #1 Pauldrons taker in the entire game.
I mean, unless you're playing like Arceus Goalie or something. Yeah, definitely. I mean, with my Colossus, you can definitely get like 140 power though.
Yeah, but like, what are you gonna do with the power? It's that sort of thing.
I mean, hey, remember Snake with that 1-2 punch
True.
on Mako? You know, Kakubo could be doing that. The game 1-2 punch with 140 power. Just hit them.
Great
Long
things
damage.
going in.
Reset.
Reset's
Right now,
almost
fighting for
dead.
life. Oh my, still alive and staggered. And cannot go to tower unfortunately because both players on was it captains? I completely forgot the name. Well either way, they had 2 flips behind the orb, so not much you can do about going there. Grizzly almost dying from the dash. Hopefully, Grizzly is able to walk off because looking a bit dangerous right now, especially for Captain Steam, because I'm pretty sure they have been drafting all the damage the entire sequence of both drafts compared to Kekuko's team, where they only drafted it was only like either like util, like range, or I actually don't remember what else.
Dude, what a save. Okay.
They're gonna need
Quite
more
spit
than
fun.
just saves. They're gonna need a good flip. But Kakupo is there.
Okay, nice
That
pass
core.
with that passive strike. Unfortunately, Reset walks, or actually more
Oh,
like getting
no.
punched into the Dorito, and then Jay just there to catch that out clear and just score it.
I feel like Cardsmith is being put in the box every single time off cooldown. Like every time I see him, every time I see him, he gets put in the cage. And he
I
just,
mean, that is just a bar of life, isn't it?
it is. It's sad. Save brawler.
Oh,
I mean,
Carsmith.
Carsmith just killing Grizz. Come on, man.
Wait, has
I mean, they're
Carsmith
just
scaled
not done
enough?
yet. I mean,
That-
maybe.
Oh
Definitely
no.
has. I mean, Carsmith only has my Colossus as the damage item of only a stagger awakening, which is a peak performance. And
With this heavy impact primetime Vice, they have a lot of damage on the board.
it is very strong.
Oh, greatest
Only
meme. Backwards hook.
Ooh, ooh. Reset almost died to that black hole.
Oh wait,
And unfortunately,
Calc's going in.
loses the strike. And-
Oh. Oh.
Wait, greatest
what do
meme
you-
almost scored that while dying.
I mean, yeah, it's looking very dangerous for Kekuko's team because they're doing a lot of damage. The X doing a lot of damage. Vice heavy impact, rapid.
Ooh, put it in.
Cards just putting in
Yo, have things
X
changed?
Maximum. I mean, maybe you just need it to adapt and also have a different playstyle also. Because I'm pretty sure during the first 2 sets they weren't actually playing damage that much, but suddenly they are. Like, see, I mean, Crash is just ulting, just damaging them all the time.
Also, look at
Hey.
chat. This Muncher individual asked me to add Broccoli Dog, and when I asked what it was, they said, doesn't exist yet, I'm gonna upload it.
Oh, J Dog is out of the field. He got
I'm
hit by
pretty sure
Rasmus.
I have seen it actually at Bozo Court.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. Cardsmith accidentally striking right at greatest meme, and he just got scored on because of it. Final point for a potential Cat Kupo team sweep. The clean 3-0.
eventually going to top 4 already. This is actually a pretty small scale, I think. Third. So this is
Ooh.
signed to whoever gets to top 4 right now. On what side
Glide.
it is.
Oh, Cardsmith has pop toy flip there. You need to convert.
Good hook from
Okay.
Grace Beef though.
Oh,
And
good
Carsmith just fucking sorry. Gained that flip from Reset.
Wait, Reset's staying alive. Oh, this is bad.
Reset this day alive.
This is bad for House of
Reset did,
Cards.
yeah. Reset did dash to the orb on their goalie side. So doesn't have dash, but won't have it back soon.
Oh,
And
no.
Carsmith using X Maximus trying to get the core away. and
Oh,
unfortunately-
good patience from greatest meme, waiting out the Vice primary, and just slots it in for Cat Kupo team victory.
I really need to remember the team names. Yes.
The team name is second
Yeah.
place, and they're getting closer to that second place right now.
Yeah.
Is it just single limb or
Yep.
Double
no,
elim.
double elim.
okay? So this is just the first half of winner semis, and I don't know what's on the other side of the bracket, but
It's like top 4, so basically there's like there's like semis or finals. Oh, there's loser semis and then just finals, and then it was the grands. So this pretty much goes into winners finals. Because I don't think there's any other. do you call it? Other teams that can extend the victory. So
Well, this time we will get in the lobby, and you will add
Oh,
big
yeah.
tilt.
I
we
do
just
have a
put up
scrim in
the-
8 minutes, guys. I
Oh.
don't think I can. I don't think I can cast another one. Unfortunately.
Well, we're gonna need a Dendar TFT say. Oh wait, Dendar, are you busy right now?
The Dark TF just said big lullaby, Steve fan. Thank you.
Or we find another person to commentate with us, sire, once Lolamau leaves.
When Lolamau leaves is like now.
I mean, it's in like 7 minutes. Unless PLX is watching this right now, and let's be cast. Pineapple, are you here?
Oh wait,
Or-
Dendar's available. Oh Dendar, are you gonna save us?
The casting.
Yes.
I have to leave.
Oh yeah.
I have to leave in now 7 minutes. So I'll be staying here until I actually have to leave. Basically.
Yeah, like 7 minutes, which is not a lot.
Not a lot, but yeah, probably go through a whole draft maybe. Or actually,
Dendar.
oh, we have to wait, huh?
Jump scare.
Whoa! Oh, that's
Whoa.
Amen.
How have you been?
oh,
I have been enjoying some Final Fantasy 14. Oh yeah.
whoa! Kill them with
I'm at,
every contact.
let me see. Oh, let me plug in my mic that like doesn't suck.
Wait, who is on? It says Asian Leader, Zoe the Witch, and Kenny. I mean, Asian Leader just asked me a very, very funny question. Who am I matching profile pictures with? I need to know this important info. Oh, what type? I'm saying.
You want me in the lobby, sire?
Yeah. Do you have Dendar added?
I think I have you added.
Wait,
Unless
do
you
we have
unfriended me.
I probably unfriended you. I'm fake.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have you anymore.
But do you have Dendar?
No, I do not.
Have Dendar.
Send Dendar.
Invite Dendar here. I don't have Dendar. Alright, goodbye.
Wait, no, Lolamau, you could add big tilt.
Friend request.
Oh, I
that's
can't. Oh, there's no replace.
wait, Dendar, can you? Wait.
not his name.
Unfortunately, you can all good. Just give him the lobby code.
Yeah, I'll give you the lobby code.
Wait, I should have like had the tab open so I could invite it and then.
Damn.
Okay, that might be better. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh yeah.
So,
All right. Let's see.
It's time to run the 3-minute ad break, but we're still gonna stay here.
Ooh, Edge. Oh
Break
yeah.
the weed disappearing also.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on these teams? If you could see them, do you have the sheet?
Are you asking me or just like
Yeah,
in general? Or, okay.
But you.
Oh, okay. Word. Let's see. Well, the names are up, thankfully, so I have not gotten the name bug yet. We've got Asianator, Zoe, Kenny. So I'll be real. I have no idea who Zoe is, but apparently I think they're Omega or something. So like they clearly got something going on. Kenny, I do not know. And then Asianator, pretty big Asianator fan around these parts.
I would like to say something towards
Yeah.
was it Zoe the Witch? I had a couple of my games yesterday and today. Actually, no, just yesterday. They are not a midfielder, I think, according to some people. I think they are a brawler.
Yeah.
They're a brawler.
I see.
But honestly, when they were off rolling, they looked pretty good. So hey,
Okay.
big Zoe fan. Flew over the before.
On the other side, we got Maloom, Imloom. I've heard a couple different pronunciations for that name. I'm going with Maloom. And, I mean, every time I've had them in a game, I've been happy to see them on my side of the screen, so no real complaints there. Flowers, big fan of the damage characters, from my understanding, but I've seen them branching out into some other things. I want to say it was last draft diff. I saw them playing a game of, I want to say it was Era. I think it was them. It might not have been Draft Diff, but I saw them playing something that wasn't like a hard damage character. So I was like, okay, well, they're branching out. That's good. And they seemed fine on it. It definitely was not their first choice, it looked like, but they definitely were showing some good potential. And then Daruna, I'm not terribly familiar with, I'll be honest.
Deruda? No. Well, they're definitely a slow queue team, is all I can say. I've
Okay.
had them
Okay.
in my games, actually. In case you weren't know, while I was streaming, while drinking alcohol for like 3 hours, they're actually in almost all my games. And honestly, they're not bad. I'll say
Okay.
that, they're not bad. They definitely look like more of a brawler player than a midfield, but they definitely try their best to play in midfield if they are forced in midfield. But I do think they're alright. You know, they're getting there. I think they can definitely make it top play with enough time.
All right. Explosive entrance, Atlas Lab, prime time. I don't know why I said it in that order. Okay, apparently there's a mistake in the draft. The now is supposed to be Erasmus, and they handshook on allowing that to be swapped. That's like a big change because the comp as is would be kind of crazy.
I mean, it makes the comp playable, so good sportsmanship on that handshake. Big fan of that. Otherwise, we would not have a very... I would say we'd have an interesting match with this team comp. I would not call it a good one, but definitely an upgrade. So,
It's my time to leave.
Oh, go ahead.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have
Oh,
fun.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
I have a big thing that I need to check here that is going to make this very different for me depending on which team I'm cheering for, and that's the team names here. So
Okay.
we've got, let's see, it's Asianators team and Flowers team. So Team Snorp versus Team Dream Demons.
Other way around. Dream Demons versus
Okay.
Thorpe.
Well, if you're looking at left side, blue side, I was going, you know, whatever. Anyways. But yeah. Honestly, those names are fine. What was the one that we seemed to be struggling with a bit on the previous game? It was Captain's Cantankerous Crew or something along
Yeah,
those
it was
lines?
Cap's Cantankerous Crew.
Cap's Cantankerous Crews. Interesting. Okay. I like that name, but I don't know. So the draft seems like it's solved. I'm not really sure what's holding us off for now. Any thoughts on what is... Oh, well, I say that and we instantly go into the game. All right, great. So, Saya, how do you feel about the drafts that happened, aside from the very obvious one that seems a bit stronger than the rest?
Yeah, there definitely was one that did seem stronger than the rest, huh? Otherwise, I feel like it was a pretty well-rounded draft. There were a lot of surprises earlier on, because I think a lot of people picked people they were comfortable with rather than like the player they thought was like the absolute best in a vacuum. So it kind of left a lot of power picks to the middle of the draft, which made it a very interesting one in terms of team power. I feel like it's kind of lopsided where the strong teams are really strong, but big tilt looking at all these rosters on the stream right now. How's it looking?
I'm preferring the team of personally Snorp because I think Kazan is really broken, and I think in Daruna's hands, I've seen him. I've played against him in solo queue because Kazan's kind of nasty, and I think he has the ability to just walk all over Asianator if they're not like on top of it on the defense wise. Because I assume Kazan and the Finny is not very fun for Finny. Like, what is Finny supposed to do? And Kazan just has so many opportunities to score. If Asianator is just not on their game, it's probably easy to snowball in the favor of Snorp.
Yeah, definitely a possibility here. I do think Estelle is going to do a lot of work for the Dream Demons, but I am not confident, especially because I feel like it's going to be pretty awkward. Although on the other side, right, Snorp isn't really picking damage here, and I kind of feel like Snorp would excel with a full damage comp, so that kind of confuses me a little bit.
Yeah.
On one hand, I feel like when you're on the winner's side, you have that little bit of extra room for experimentation where maybe they do prefer damage, but they just want to try out other things. Maybe they're just having fun still because it's not end all be all yet. But could be a lot of things.
We'll have to see. This could be a Bloom 1v5 performance as well, right? That guy holds it down on the goalie role.
I assume it's Asher goalie, I think.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Wait, Kazan
Okay.
maybe? It could be. No, it really could be Kazan goalie. It is Kazan.
It is
goalie.
Kazan goal.
Is it a eject
Oh.
button?
It is not.
Okay. Not that
Unfortunately,
crazy.
have taken the boring option of more power because we needed to red the core in overtime, even though we do that anyways.
The size is always nice too. The two things that character
Yeah.
wants, size and power.
Player's gonna get taken though.
So about that Final Fantasy 14, what were
Oh,
we
yeah,
gonna be
what
up
about it?
to?
So what happened was I was originally scheduled to try out for a static, and they were like, okay, we want to do this thing on Tuesday at this time. And I was like, okay, cool. And they just gave me the wrong time. So I was just like, all right, well, I now have a couple hours free. So here we are.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so I will be good until like 10 p.m. Eastern time. So I've got like a whole 2 hours.
Yeah, and there's a good chance the tournament ends by then too. The
that's
runtime's
good.
pretty chill on this one. All good.
Yeah, because this one's only, I want to say, 8 teams, right? Like-
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just
Oh.
like that's just like an actual just solid bracket of we don't have to do any extra games. It's just 8 teams. We can just go winner side, loser side. Just very chill. But
That was a great
I know-
shot by Zoe the Witch,
Yeah.
though. Looking to convert and big tilt. I gotta ask you something.
Yeah.
What happens when the core never gets on the Finny goalie's side?
Finny just walks up, they put the creations down, and it's really hard to get past the midline. So
That's what we're seeing right now. The core control doesn't exist for Snorp. What's going on? Okay, well, finally they threaten the barrier, but still, like, Snorp's core control is severely lacking here.
like, for defense for Snorp, Kazan goalies a lot of matchup checks. Like, do you know how to get around hook? Do you know all the ranges that Kazan can threat with his like open and closed primary and all that? And Kazan can really just 1v3 in the defensive side, but if the ball just never gets out, they can't really get the ball to Darina. And if Darina can't get the ball, he can't score. So, which allows, again, Asian to walk up to put his pressure on, and that just leads to another stall. And,
Just
eat my
gets a
words.
kill. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
what a
that's
good
Night by
spot.
Flowers.
Yeah. I think one thing I'm seeing here is that all 3 of the characters on blue side sort of have this way to get through Asher once it finally does get to them. Whether it's the beam from Estelle, you've got the secondary from Finny keeping it from getting to them in the first place, Rasmus just being Rasmus, the secondary being a great option, Pendulum Swing being great. So they just have a lot of ways where even once Daruna finally does get the core, it's like very difficult for them to keep it, especially once the midfield comes back to help on that defense, since Finny, not the greatest defensive wall, not something like that Mako or anything else that we've seen. So definitely going to be seeing that come back a lot, but right now, Keddy's kind of just 1v9ing this defense, getting those barriers.
Getting
Oh,
in
they
there.
convert here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, double team.
Flip available. Bloom with the saves, and Keddy
Oh.
will use the flip. Good patience on Keddy too, right? Kazan has a lot of tools to deal with flip, and saving it to just counter Kazan's laggiest move is the perfect chance.
Yeah, because it's tough, because sometimes you can even just core flip it through that sort of like a Juliet ultimate, where because it's a multi-hit, it doesn't have the strong hit until the end. There's a lot of times where if you have really good timing, you can just sneak it through, and sometimes even a normal strike can get it through that Kazan primary, or yeah, the open primary. But when you have that core flip available, you really just have to wait until the ending animation, then Kazan's just sort of stuck there waiting.
We're seeing a little bit of the damage coming out. Unfortunately, the recast doesn't chip Zoe enough, but Zoe's about to go down here, and that could be a very real win condition. But Keddy is just continuing to take these barriers. The scoring potential of the Estelle is making it difficult for Snorp to keep the defense up.
One thing I'm curious about here, the Finny debuff makes it so that they take more damage. Does that include from the black hole? Can you use that as now like a secondary weapon with the Finny secondary, or is it just that your teammates deal so hazards don't count? Because I think this is the only one in the game that would really have that sort of question mark around it. So if there's any Finny specialists who could tell me that, that'd be good to know.
I would assume it works, but Flowers goes down, and that's a little bit of what I was alluding to earlier, right? Flowers is a damage specialist, but when you see her in the solo queue mines, she is also very vulnerable to getting KO'd when not playing the damage comp herself. So it's like a back and forth here to where I'm a little surprised that Snorp didn't opt for like completely full damage here, because right now the damage is pretty even, right? They're trading KOs left and right.
I mean, we were kind of talking about that earlier with, oh my goodness, what a beam from Keddy, catching them off guard. Moom had that flip available, but just was not ready for that primary. That was a really good call out by them. But I mean, we talked about it earlier, how Flowers has sort of those damage picks that they look really comfortable on and know what they're doing, and can really just pump out a ton of damage and make your life just miserable if you're on the other side. But once you go to the sort of midfield picks where you just don't have as much damage, I mean, Ivy definitely has damage and has KO potential, but unless we're seeing like some glitch pop cyber swipe combos just killing off of the edge, sort of like a ranged dash punch, I feel it's going to be a lot harder for them to get that value that they sort of have that I'll call it like the League of Legends mind, where you understand I place my abilities here to force these interactions. Whereas now, because you can't just kill them as quickly, you either have to take more of those interactions or make them really meaningful. And that's sort of the struggle that they're going to have to fight against as they're playing these characters that we don't typically see them on. But they've definitely shown that they can do it in the past, so it's not like it's something that I'm not expecting from them.
All right, Big Tilt, what do you think about this draft? Because Catalyst was passed down to third pick here in favor of Size. Any big comments here?
Well, but what I think is that you don't want team player Kazan because they just red cores everything, and that deals with the problem with not getting the ball out, which like Kazan could just strike once and it's halfway across the field, so they had to take it. But then Big Fish is on the board and just give Kazan more size, so I think that's why Kylus came up. And I'm really surprised that Glass Cannon didn't get picked, because like, especially with Mom Boots Finny, if you have Glass Cannon Mom Boots, that's a lot of speed, and that gives them more time to walk up. But again, Monumentalist, I'm not a Finny player, but like, Monumentalist is really good, so it's like deciding which one would be better, like more damage or more speed / core control / coverage.
Unfortunately, right there, it did lead to double own barriers, but a lot of confusing interactions in those past few points. They just call it even. It's 1-1, and let's just hope that there are fewer fumbles as Taruna is gone.
Yeah, it looks like they were lagging, so they might have to reset their router, or just reset their game, because like they were teleporting.
Fastest reconnect of all time.
Oh gosh.
Have you ever seen a faster reconnect? Oh my. But it's real. Oh, wait, how did they reconnect so fast?
Whatever they did, it didn't fix it, that's for sure. They are oh yeah.
Are they back?
It's hard to say.
Well, it looks like
it looks like they're going for it regardless.
Keddy blinking in there, barrier taken, and Asianator just is chilling on that side of the map as Zoe and Keddy are playing some really good offense. Keddy gets taken out, but Zoe maintains possession here and pressures Bloom. Not quite the goal yet, but they've stalled out the power play and not lost the barrier.
Asianator gets out of that pretty big predicament with just using speed and good clear angles. And another great save.
And a flip available here. Doesn't even choose to use it. Zoe's very confident, wants to use it for the offense. Not getting the hook. Oh, and Zoe's got to watch out now. Looking pretty low. And we see the Kazan closed strike speed come into play as Bloom, rare miss on the hook. Not what you like to see here, but Dream Demons are happy with that one.
Bit of a weird angle, and one thing I kind of noticed on that defense was once the core gets behind the lock, it seems like Kazan is not a character that can deal with it very easily, just as they are trying to fix this connection. We'll get back to that in a minute, but it seems like once it gets behind, I mean, you can't really hook it. The dash into the pop-up, that isn't real. Oh my, how are they reconnecting so fast? They have a supercomputer, but it just seems like once it gets behind the lock, it's just very difficult for them to defend that lock. And we kind of just have to see if Maloom can find a way around that, especially with if you're in that closed form, then you have that kind of awkward strike. So, I don't know. We'll just have to see how they deal with it. But really, we need to see how Daruna deals with the fact that they cannot stay connected to this game. Shout out to Tempo Melon. We will just have to see how these things go for them. But the offense on both sides has looked good, but Keddy's looking a little low here.
Keddy looking... Oh, Daruna looking like they're lagging a ton here.
Oh,
Trying to get the kill. Oh, and
Ooh,
Keddy
the lag.
avoids dying to 1000 ping Asher. They're still playing through it though. They're trying to make something happen at the very least.
I mean, oh my goodness. I feel like there's a certain point where if a player can just consists, like, not consist, but continues to lag. What a great save combination by Zoe and Asianator there. But if they just continue to lag and it doesn't seem like something that's going to fix itself, at some point you can't, like, keep pausing the rounds. You just gotta say, you know what? This is just going to happen. We've kind of accepted it. We gotta move on with our lives. And I think that's kind of what they're doing here. But they're still managing to play well, but it looks like we might see more of a midfield Asher role here so that they can have more time to adjust to what's happening. But with Flowers being so low, somebody's got to get up there and score those points.
Oh, and Flowers does go down, but yeah, playing on high ping, playing on a lot of lag is very difficult, of course, but sometimes it's difficult for the opponents, right? If you've ever played against Flopdwop when he's having a particularly laggy day, there have been many goalies that have complained about his teleporting that he can't control. But all things considered, still really tough for the laggy player, and it will be Dream Demons taking the second set here.
Yeah.
A lot of good bits on the board. I'm looking at Rampage specifically for Rasmus, and just I assume that's what they're gonna take because you don't want Kazan getting that more size. Taking a little bit to think about it. Oh, opting for Chrono Boost actually. They just want more pressure with the secondary, and Rampage.
Wait.
Wow.
I actually would have expected. No. Bulk up makes sense on Bloom. Bloom's gonna red core very quickly, I think. Oh, not quite enough power. I think 148's a little too low for that. Yeah, I can't do it during normal time. I think you need like 180 something, 170 something. It's a little unfortunate. Maybe should have opted for the 1-2 punch to always red core on the second hit. So it's going to be interesting, but I think it's just going to be more of the same. Dream Demons are having a very good time, and Zoe has more speed now.
Ooh,
What a save!
Great save. But I think one reason they're giving Daruna that 1-2 punch is because they're finding a lot of dash punch kills off the side. And since you have that extra burst on it, when they're not lagging out and have the agency to say that they can do something like that, it gives them all of their power right away and sets up the team. But Flowers setting up this open goal, but now it's on both sides, so they got to get it out somehow.
Oh, and the center making it very difficult as Zoe goes in. With the Chrono Boost speed, it makes it a really tough situation. And Daruna and Flowers were just not playing together there. They were both clumped up in the middle, making it so difficult for Bloom to get a clear through.
I think also to note here with that 1-2 punches, they do have the adrenaline rush. So if they ever do get a KO, it suddenly becomes a lot harder to help on the defense because then you have a 2v3 and an Asher going at Mach 9. So for a character like Finny who struggles on the defense at times, like right there, you got to get past Daruna now. But with cooldowns basically all back, you have to figure out how, once they stop lagging, once they get up there, how to really make things happen. But it's so hard to keep track of them. I don't even think they know where they are. They're getting that point, but they weren't even there on the screen for me. So I don't know what's going on, and I don't know if the defense does either.
Wow.
I think at this point where Daruna's at the point of lagging where it is like teleporting when you can't really tell what's going on. So it's really hard for the defense to keep up with all their shenanigans as Zoe the Witch is going in with the Rasmus primary and all that. And you'll see it. Just this corner offense that they're trying to run from Snorp. And somehow he just gets out.
And Keddy's being taken very low here. Lots of chip damage, and got to be pretty careful here. But it looks like Daruna's not lagging nearly as badly anymore as Keddy almost gets taken out. And Dendar, I mean, Zoe the Witch just got a KO just like that. I think the The KO situation is a little awkward in this game, no?
It's a little strange, but you do have Asher securing a lot, and Zoe being that on that Rasmus. Like you said, there's a ton of chip damage there between the Rasmus and the Estelle, and then Finny on the back line just pelting cards left and right. So once they do get a player staggered, I mean, Rasmus is one of the best kill confirmers in the game, and especially with him having a little bit more damage on those impacts with explosive entrance, it's not just speed. It's going to make it even easier to confirm those kills once they get the setup there. So really good on them to be able to confirm them, but these barriers getting confirmed this quickly means the net's open and Daruna is still lagging.
Alright, well, let's see if they can continue to make this happen here, but Bloom with a great open primary to get the core away. And Zoe is so incredibly low, but picks up an orb and is unstaggered now. Elusives to get out of there. And Asianator's almost at flip. Oh, what a snipe by Ketty. Max range Crystal Thorns. Dream Demons take it and advance to winners finals.
Great positioning there. I didn't think it was going to catch, especially at that angle, but they made a really great showing for themselves with only a few awakenings, one of which being a deny. But honestly, looked good from the blue side here.
They played all together. I feel like even if Daruna was lagging, it was very apparent to see that the Asian Natives team were on page more than the other. They were solid on the defense. They converted a lot of the barriers with Rasmus primary, Estelle cooldowns, and they just converted really well.
Yeah, it is tough though. Daruna could barely do anything that game. The stats kind of reflect that as well. Well, we'll have to see what happens as we do get to see Dream Demons again versus second place in the winners final, and that one's going to be a pretty good one.
That one indeed. Second place being Team Cat Kupo, The Greatest Meme, and Reset. I'm not sure why they picked the name second place when they have an all-star draft like that, but maybe it is a bit foretelling. That said, in the loser side though, one team that I'm looking at is Cat Munch Enjoyers. It is not just because my father, Orion Calypso VT, is on that team, I swear, but because I do just really like the lineup overall for that team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll see if that team goes far. They did take out House of Cards, which was looking incredibly strong earlier. The House of Cards roster, I thought that one would go really far, but unfortunately, they have been knocked out. Oh, wait, we're getting to the fun part of the bracket. Oh, the gimmick. A Clarion variant.
That sounds really interesting.
So basically, top 4 matches will be played on variants of Clarion, like frozen variants.
Okay.
So like just one of the 5 maps.
Now, my question is, how do you determine which one it is? Is that its own draft process, like drafting maps, or is it completely random? You don't know till you get in and you can't find your drafter. Okay, there is a draft. That's good. Okay. So that is going to take a little bit more time to set up these games as opposed to previously where it was just a set map and then all you have to do is Awakening and character draft. But I think this is going to be really interesting in that it allows for some very unorthodox picks to suddenly look very strong.
Yeah, the Clarion variants are very polarizing maps. They get to be more polarizing than the standard maps because they only appear for 1 point at a time. A big tilt. Which one do you think is going to be the one that teams end up going to here?
So personally, I want to see Bounce House, honestly, as a full one. But I think teams would either pick Atlas expansion or the Error Orb one, the orb in the middle. I don't think anyone's gonna pick the Goo one because I hate that map personally. I don't want to deal with that for a full game.
I feel like people kind of rotate between hating all of them. They're all very polarizing.
Yeah, but I like Bounce House. Bouncy House is really funny. Sometimes it works not in your favor, sometimes it works in your favor, and that's what I like about it.
So, I am going to make a big prediction here, okay? I think that's what's going to happen for a lot of these games is we're going to see a situation where, because some of them are so polarizing, you'll see things like, okay, well, first team bans the Obscura variant. Next team bans, let's say, the Era variant or the Bounce House, right? Eventually, we get to this point where the Side Streets one is kind of just the least polarizing, I feel, other
I
than for something
agree.
like Juliet. So I feel like we're going to see that one a lot. One thing that I would like to see, though, but we probably won't, is I want to see a Dubu forward on the Era variant where they can just ult one lane, stand in the other, be the size of the other lane, and just have the midfielder cover the top. And it is just going to be so annoying to get through that. Whether or not it's good is a different story, but I'm down for it. That
Alright.
said, are there any picks you want to see, such as characters or maybe a composition that you think could work out here that maybe it wouldn't work otherwise?
I think I really want to see the Era variant be played, because then you could like fully focus on securing that center orb as like the win condition for the entire game.
So you want it to be treated almost like a like an objective map, like
Yeah.
something from a game like Overwatch, where it's like you secure the point, you secure the round. But if you don't get that orb consistently, it just makes it so much harder for yourself. Like, imagine seeing Era X on the enemy side, and they just guarantee get the orb every time off of an Era Beam plus a Bell Ringer. Like, that's going to be so scary to deal with, or even just a strike ult reset by X to secure those orbs. Plus, another thing that it really adds is when you have slick kicks and that orb is just permanently up and you get to play around that the entire game, that just means pretty much the entire game, one of your teammates is going to have the speed gate from Night Market just pretty much for free. And then you have to think about, okay, well, now
They
that we spent
banned
the
it.
entire round getting speed, oh, is it banned?
They banned Era.
It's so
Ooh,
OP. But that's it. Do
Main-
we have a
yeah,
DraftKings
variant.
tool list, or is it purely being voice chat?
There's no tool for this. They're just typing it in chat.
Fair enough.
There will be a tool for the character picks, though.
Okay.
At the very least. We'll have to see for that. And, okay, so base drop and expansive in man, that's Bounce House and Atlas gone. And I think the prediction, I think the call is correct. I think we're most likely going to side streets. Unless Dream Demons wants to take us to Obscura.
Dream Demons, I don't think, versus if they're against second place, I don't think you want to go to the Obscura variant, because that is a lot of free damage just on the table, and when you have a player like Cat Kupo who knows how to play around damage on the offensive and defensive sides, even as a goalie, that's something I don't think you want to give them for the entirety of the game.
Yeah, I agree, but we'll see how they go. They're really deliberating on this one. It's a bit of a wait. We'll have to see what they end up going with here.
We know the starting awakenings.
Not yet. They will be playing side streets, as expected.
No, okay, so it's going to be a little more boring than we thought, but what can you do?
Alright, so it's Hotshot Aerials.
Ooh, okay. So, for this variant, it's the side streets one we confirmed, right?
Yeah, it's side streets.
I feel like when you have a character like Estelle, who I think is pretty good on this variant, and then you show them aerials and hotshot, it's a little difficult to tell which one they're going to want. I don't know. When you see these big tilt, what kind of characters are you looking at for a big open map like this with the awakenings that are available?
Well, I'm looking at Estelle, obviously. Maybe Juno. I don't see any Juno players in this lobby. I don't think no one's gonna pick it unless it's like Juno goalie. I don't think it's gonna happen. Trying to run off. High could be okay, but trying to think what else. Cause like these awakenings are more centered around like midfield / goalie. So I don't know what brawlers like would be picked. Cause like Juliet with these awakenings, not really good unless you run aerials. Juliet, which would be pretty funny, but not ideal. X doesn't really benefit from any of that. Rasmus could be a really good pick here, because Hotshot Rasmus is pretty good in my opinion. And aerials, with the increased movement speed plus the longer hook, can set up some unorthodox plays outside of the normal Rasmus like flowchart that people are really used to. So I would be really interested in seeing a Rasmus pick here, personally.
Really interested in that you're highlighting aerials as the pick for Rasmus over the hot shot. I know for something like goalie, the hot shot's obviously very good because it gets it out, sort of like that team player you were talking about earlier on the Kazan. But that said, I feel like one brawler that I'm definitely potentially looking at here is Zentaro, because they have hot shot available to make it even more difficult to guess if they're going to flick or just send it streamlined into your net. But also, this is just a starting Dash Awakening that you could get guaranteed, lock yourself in for having a Dash Awakening for the entire game, and not have to worry about finding one, just focus on taking whatever the best thing is in the draft for you. But Saya, we see Aimi and Kazan again picked up here, and those are two tough characters to defend against, even especially on this open variant where they have a lot of mix-up options.
Yeah, my bad. I am currently trying to set up something, so I
You
will
are
not be near the
A-okay.
mic. You two will have to talk for the time being.
All right. Well, Big Tilt, we see once again this Finny pickup, but with Erasmus and Kai, two traditionally not very high damage characters, but characters that you did mention being good picks here. And with Alice being the last pickup, I have to assume that that's just a hot shot. But that's it. How do you think the Kai and the Erasmus is going to interact with this Finny, where on the defense, it's going to be a little bit tough because you don't have any hard get off of me tools. But that said, once they get things rolling, there is a lot of tempo potentially there. I'm curious as to how you think that team is going to work out.
So I feel like it totally depends on how Ashino decides to play this matchup. Rather, would he play more on reliant on his defensive skills, which I personally disagree with. I think he fully shines when he's on the mid line, putting all these creations down and not letting the ball get past like the mid line. So I would assume that they just go full core control offense. We just score before Kazan gets the ball, and if Kazan gets the ball, we just gotta trust our instincts to get the ball out and not get it back to him. But going with Rasmus Atlas, the matchup, I feel like it's all dependent on how is it? Yeah, it's greatest meme. I trust greatest meme to play. No, that's not greatest meme. No, wait. So team. So wait. Okay.
Okay, well, I'll invite you to the lobby. I'll DM you the code.
I think Big Tilt got nuked
Yeah.
from the lobby.
Unfortunate.
Here's the code.
Okay.
One thing I'm a little confused about is this Drakkar ban. Like, I understand Aerials is good on him, Hotshot is good on him. I don't know if this is the map where I would be scared of Drakkar. Maybe I'm just in the wrong, though. Either of you have any insight on why that may have been banned in this situation?
Drakkar ban versus that's against Reset for sure.
That yeah. They're the Jakar enthusiasts, I'm really sure. I think.
See. So they take away the Aimi by picking it and then ban away the Drakkar, forcing them onto a third option.
Okay, wait. Apparently, I have to kick you again, Big Tilt.
Gosh.
Okay,
But-
I'm inviting Achi back. Wait, I'm so confused because. What are we doing? Well, okay. Well, stuff is happening. We need to go back to the conversation because setup stuff is happening and it's a little.
Oh, I understand what's going on. So most likely what is happening is the owner of the lobby needs to be, or the person who is using the mod to make it the standalone map, most likely needs to be in the game, put their log file into the whatever mod it is, and then it'll spit back out a new log file for the game to use to put us onto that variant of the map. So either something got messed up is my guess, or we just, now that all the drafting is done, we're just getting that finally set up.
Alright, Big Tilt, use the code again.
Okay. I'm in. Well,
Even though
now
it's-
I'm in the
You're in the what? You got put to the lobby?
yeah, now I'm in the lobby. Actually, see who's on which side. So it's
Oh, I see.
actually Asianator on Atlas, I think, because it's red side. So he is now on the Finny. And it's Cat Cooper on the Finny. So
And with it being, yeah, because second place banned the Vice and then picked up the Finny. I think that's something that I see a lot with, maybe not Draft Diff specifically, but with teams that have Cat Kupo on them, is they love giving Cat Kupo a comfort pick just straight off the bat and saying, we're going to give you what you want because we know you will perform on it. And then once they secure that pick for Cat Kupo, that's when their draft starts being a bit more interesting and picking up where they go. But I feel like I see that a lot with Cat Kupo, where they know what Cat Kupo wants, they give it to Cat Kupo, and then the rest of the draft kind of follows suit. But so that makes sense why they are on the Finny. But Asianator on the Atlas, I think on this variant, it's going to be a little tough because it is very wide open, and once you get into those side streets, he can be good to help fish it out, but there's just so much space that he has to cover that sometimes he's just not going to be able to.
Oh, and actually, I noticed something interesting. Each one of these variants, like when you set them, they actually have like text on the selection screen.
Yeah, it's like how it said Project Xeno, or do you mean something
Yeah,
else?
yeah, it just said Project
Okay.
Xeno. So, that's like interesting.
Maybe at some point during the development of the map, they were going to have it show the name every time, but it appears there is a timeout being called. As for what it is, I cannot say.
Okay, it's like a server issue, I think. There's a good chance it's a severe server issue here. We'll have to see.
No, when you say
Oh wait,
severe server-
no. Oh wait, the Clarion variant thing broke. Oh, it
swapped modes, yeah. I didn't even catch that. I'm just so used to seeing this map.
It said Project Xeno at the start, right? But it swapped anyway.
Yeah.
Did they patch Clarion variants?
No, so what I think may have happened is, if it works the way I think it does, it may be because Achi is leaving the game and then we're putting a new player into the game, that changes the log file. So it may just be that we might have to Discord stream it to Big Tilt to get their commentary on it.
Oh, and I'll
Because
have to be
the
the one
swapping in
Discord
and out-
streaming.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay, well I'll Discord stream it and we'll kick you when we try again.
Okay.
yeah, because I think the adding and leaving of players is causing the game a little bit of confusion.
Okay. I will leave the lobby and just watch it through Discord.
So let's have Achi come in, fix it one more time, and then give it another shot. I do believe Achi will need host for it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes.
Because I remember for the Tea Time Tussle one that people did, where it was all awakenings, all starting gear, other than a select few that caused probably horrible game-breaking bugs or situations.
Oh.
I think that functioned similarly, but I don't actually know what we're using to make this Frozen variant possible, so I don't know.
Yeah. Ultra Rapid Fire. I love that mode.
I just don't like Tea Time Tussle personally. Just the map layouts hurt my brain, but that is a skill issue on my end, I'm afraid.
Yeah, when there's a, I'm not sure if I could say, but like we've been testing a couple of weeks ago, we tested a new Earth like format where we just play on normal maps, but like we have the set like number of awakenings, and it felt pretty fun. It's like triple Vice versus triple Luna on Imi's app. Vice is pretty bad, but like it was just fun to play.
So it looks like Achi is green lighting it, saying that they will stay in the lobby, and we'll see if that works. So hopefully with her staying in, it won't confuse the log file and we'll be able to just get into the game, but we'll kind of just have to see. But if you're the team that got the first point in that previous round, that's a little bit disappointing. But at the same time, these are definitely some untreaded waters we are working with here.
Hey, look at that, Project Xeno is showing up all nice and proper. If we have to keep Achi host, it's so doomed because spectators can't quit.
Does that mean we would have to run these games one at a time? Because if Achi cannot leave, then she can't go set up other games for the other sides of the bracket.
Well, we'll just have to see what happens here.
Yep, we'll see if it even works in the first place. But
Yeah, so the goal from the first game. Oh, what the fuck?
this does this does not
Okay,
seem
well,
like Project Xeno.
Did Odyssey Interactive patch this? There's no way, right? Okay. This might be a little doomed. Uh-oh. It might be time to pivot to the real competitive map pool. Tea Time Tussle.
Well, Saya, it's been great being on the mic with you, but like I said, this is gonna take a second, and then once this gets figured out, it'll be figured out for the rest of the thing. So, that said, one thing I did not consider is, do we know if there is a console player in the lobby, and could that be affecting it?
It shouldn't. And I don't think there's a console player.
Fair enough.
Okay, so Retry knows more about this than me, is saying that the variants don't always work. But when do we know it works, you know? Like, isn't this a little awkward? Retry, do you have any advice? He's got to keep starting it? That's crazy. Well, Hachi, it's time to give the lobby owner to Kakupo again.
Wait, maybe even shifting host is potentially making it freak out.
I don't think that would be the case. Would it?
At this point, I have no idea.
Okay, well, it'll work this time. So the issue with trying to keep host is then we can't remake.
Retry, we are trying to get onto the side streets variant, Project Xeno, and switching host does. I don't think switching host necessarily is an issue as long as we don't have to restart the game mid-game. And even then, we could do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, but if it doesn't work, then it's doomed. You know, because then we have to like own goal a million times to remake.
I mean, yeah, that part isn't great, but like, yeah.
We'll have to see. Hopefully it works this time. This time for sure.
Yeah, I hope they didn't just patch it out without calling.
Are you using the copycat tool?
Yeah. The issue with the one...
Oh.
Oh, God. The issue with the one that I made is that it doesn't have awakening selection. Has it always been this one?
No. It was side streets once, and then it swapped to like something else. After the first goal.
Well, that's a bummer. Do we just try me host?
Then remaking is doomed.
No. Okay, then we kind of have to change.
Just give the link. Just give the link to one of the players. Oh, wait, a copycat. Okay. Copycat. DM copycat what you're doing. A copycat set to DM right now. It's time to troubleshoot with the guy. Check start GG chat. Yeah, I lied. It wasn't that time.
Unfortunate.
But if you want it to work the next time, exclamation point ZZZ. No, that was such a low energy. I don't know. Big tilt. What do you think about Project Xeno? Because we'll be there eventually.
Specifically this matchup between the characters and all that, I think I would prefer the second place personally, because like I feel the Rasmus Kai is just gonna walk all over the Atlas. If especially as Asianator is not his comfort pick, I feel even if it's hot shot Atlas when you just primary, the ball's just gonna get back, and eventually Atlas runs out of cooldowns, and then he's useless unless you're a god with the strikes. So I would favor second place personally in this matchup.
All right, Dendar, any thoughts?
You know, sometimes things just don't work out the way we want them to, and this is a great lesson in patience, because much like your solo queue games where maybe you don't always get the person you want, people don't always take the second strike the way you want them, things just sometimes don't work out in life. And this is a great learning lesson for all of us here, and I've got really nothing. I'm kind of just yapping.
Damn. Well, we'll have to see if it works out. Has Copycat Works said anything?
Not yet.
Well, we'll have to see.
That said, if the trading lobby owner is an issue and we can't have one of the players do it, we can always set it to, let's say, Achi being the owner, setting it up, and then just set it to a one set to win match, 1 goal per set, and then just test it that way, or let's say 2 goals per set. That way we can see if it survives a transition.
So
But-
it's not even doing the first one is the issue. It's like the first map that's rolled isn't the one that we selected.
That is a little strange.
One thing to consider, though, is that if it's just the first map that is messed up, which I don't think that would happen, but if that is the case, then we could always have the team who scored that first initial point just take a point. But I don't know. We'll see. We are in here. They're trying to start up the game. We are going through draft for the 3rd time.
Oh,
It's a little bit of a struggle.
Did Kakupo get given the link?
Yes.
It looks like
Yeah.
it. It says Project Xeno.
Okay.
I gave her the link. I'm just trying out in a separate custom game.
Well, like 5th time's the charm. Oh yeah.
Wait, I'm confused. Was there previously a Zentaro on this team? I did not notice.
No. I don't know why they picked Centaur. Wait, what?
That's
Huh?
supposed to be an Atlas, is it not?
I mean, there might be trolling.
Asianator was AFK.
Nice.
Well, okay, well, they'll test it. If it works, then
Yep.
that's a little unfortunate.
All good.
Because we might have used our RNG. Oh, no,
Nope.
it didn't work.
Doesn't matter. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's remake time.
Oh yeah. I think.
Just do normal pull or. Damn it. Damn it. I'm just trying to see if it works in a custom game with just me. It doesn't work with the custom game with just me. They
Damn.
patched it out.
Did they really patch it out? That's crazy.
Fortunate. Yeah, they patched it out. That's the only explanation.
Well, let's go to a short break while we try to figure this out.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, we're back. Clarion variants do not work, and I'm here with Dendar and Big Tilt, and also Achi, I guess. Hi
Yeah.
Achi.
I'm so bummed. I wanted to see it. It was working before this patch.
It's weird too, it wasn't like a big patch, it was like a micro patch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cause I don't think it had anything to do with like tool, cause the tool worked. Yeah. I think they just decided to shadow patch it.
Well, Dendar, Big Tilt, we're getting into the map bans here. Aimi Zap is gone, Tycho and Demon are gone, which means we're going to either
Inkies or Gates?
Inkies or Gates. Probably Gates, but Inkies would be kind of crazy.
2 new maps. So, me personally, this map pool has like 2 good maps, 2 whack maps, and then Aimi's app that nobody really knows how to draft around. So, you know, for snake draft, it's pretty miserable to draft around regardless. So, like, what can you do? I'm not a fan of Inkies just because of my character pool, but I do think that it promotes characters that can force a kickoff win a lot higher than other maps. I don't know, Big Tilt, what kind of characters, if we did go to Inkies, would you want to see potentially there?
Estelle, Kai,
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
yeah, Juno. I feel like this is a really strong. No, everyone would agree with me. It's really dependent on who wins kickoff and who will get that first barrier, since the barrier is so huge, and just how you get that barrier down and how you convert off of that.
Agree, but
Inky Splash Zone!
oh, all right. Water cannons, behold.
Okay, what do you think is going to be the priority picks on this one?
I mean, I think Big Tilt made a good point of some of the midfield picks. As far as forward picks, I think something like Kazan or Rasmus both could be good. But another thing to consider is that even characters like Asher can be pretty annoying to deal with off the kickoff. Because you do the kickoff, and then if it gets into the hands of the Asher and you get it on the good side, suddenly there is just this small corner that a character like that can just shove it into, and as a goalie, you just don't really have a way to get it out alone, unless you're something like Atlas with a secondary. But then once you pick that Atlas as your goalie pick for this map, and you do lose your barrier, because eventually you will, now you have this massive goal that you have to keep open, and the water cannon that can mess with the core speed. So I think it makes the goalie pick very difficult here to find one that can cover everything you need it to, and at some point you kind of just have to give up somewhere in the defensive side, right? You either just have to commit to offense or be one of those brick wall goalies, and if they do take your barrier, then your life gets a lot harder and you're a lot more reliant on your midfielder. But with a Vice ban, that's going to be damage, taking a little bit of a hit, not as available for second place. But curious to see what their ban is here. But with Cast to Last and Prime Time, I think this Estelle Pit ban is pretty reasonable. I'm not sure if there's a ton of Cast to Last characters I would want to see on this map typically, but I may be proven wrong. But with Prime Time available being pretty good on everyone, I mean, we could really just see anything here at this point.
Yeah, well, we're seeing some picks come in, Big Tilt. Any big thoughts on that? A Vice, even respecting the Vice so much, that's crazy.
Obvious Finny pick first for blue side, which is Dream Demons. Okay, so it's Aginator on the Finny, and then Rasmus Aimi for second place. That would be. Okay, so the way I play Rasmus on Inkies is I stand on, if the core spawns like bottom side, I hook it, and I just try to do a 1v1, and then you just, if they clear out, my midfielder would just do like an ability, and you take the barrier. It's like similar with this idea. So Aimi can dash in to cover the out, and I just do primary to cover, just to stuff it into the goalie. So I really like the comp coming from second place here. And looking at pick 4-5, Kazan, Era. Speed off kickoff, I can agree with that.
But Era on open map, kinda eh.
Yeah.
Bad.
They do have a lot of speed though. So, wait.
And I don't even think you can argue the era pick for Castellas because I feel like you would want to just take the prime time anyways, right? Like Castellas is very good, but prime time, especially against a brawler like Rasmus who's so reliant on size, I feel like you would just take the prime time and then you're not really getting the benefit of something like, even if it was something like a monumentalist, I could maybe understand the era pick. I just feel like it's a little out of place here, but we'll just have to see how they play it. But with Mako being the last pickup for the red side here, the red side now being second place, we'll have to adjust them in the lobby for blue side, red side. But that said, I think that comp seems fairly reasonable and gives a lot of potential both with the water cannon and in the midfield. Whereas on the blue side here, we're very, very reliant on this Kazan to make things happen. And for the era to find tornadoes that maybe they wouldn't normally be able to, perhaps with the help of that water cannon cutting down the map a bit. But, I don't know, I think I really favor red side's team comp here on the side of second place, so we'll have to see if that can lead them to a victory, or if the side of Dream Demons will be able to make these sort of unorthodox picks on this map work.
Well, we'll have to see. It looks like the teams are ready. We're going to get into it after a million years. After 50 minutes to be exact of troubleshooting. Oh my.
Yippee!
Yippee.
All good. Now I get to see some great Omega Strikers. So looking and going into this game, I'm really curious how Finny plays into this, because Finny, walking up obviously is good, but like in this open map kind of scenario, it's really easy to just hit around Finny and just take the barrier, and then you have open net Finny, and then it's kind of hard to like keep the goal, like keep the barrier and then stop the goal from coming in. So I can see a 2-second goal here coming from second place. I would really like to see that. Let's see how it goes then.
It's definitely gonna be tough, but it's prime time across the board, except for Era taking Castellast. We talked about that earlier. We'll have to see whether or not that pick is worth it. But the lack of prime time here, having one less ability, especially when you have to win these kickoffs over and over, that's going to be one less thing you have to do that. So I think it's going to be a little bit tough, but with some good defense here, the barrier is still standing, but we'll have to see if they can get it through Greatest Meme and Reset, and they're Reset on the pick of Aimee, a character they are pretty well known for. You have a tool in their hands that could be quite deadly, much like that pendulum swing, scoring the first point. And we mentioned the red side having a bit of a strong composition. It wasn't a 2-second point, but it was definitely a quick one.
Quick point, and we're looking to make some more quick points here. Reset's firewall sentry placement is making it very difficult to defend for Dream Demons. They're having to invest a lot of resources on the defense here. And although I like the Kazan, the era, like Keddy's playing it fine, it just doesn't have the tools on an open map to, as the Aimee does. Reset is just so much presence.
Going in. Zoe the Witch going with the Kazan shenanigans. Keddy with the 1v1 with Kakupo. And Kakupo just clears it out. There's nothing Eric can really do about that other than to strike towards Kakupo and hope for the Shrink to do something against it. And they take the barrier because Inky's barrier, like, it's really big, so you can just hit around it.
Oh!
Zoe finds a kill. Power play coming in. Passing play, and they hit it around Kakupo. And that's 1-1.
I think it's difficult to call that point just the barrier, because Blueside did a great job of getting Reset low or moving them from the play, and Greatest Meme just wasn't in time to help defend that barrier. So the pressure that they put out, even though these kickoffs definitely seem like they'd be a bit rough, like that barrier going down just a few seconds afterwards, they are working together to make things happen, even if it's a bit difficult. But Greatest Meme has this flip available, but Asianator finding the clear out even still. They chose Momentum Boots as their starting gear, which is going to give them a little bit more speed with that high base speed to get around on this map, so that should help with the defense. But Greatest Meme looks like they're looking to keep that Momentum Boots from stacking up, but it's Keddy who's going down pretty soon. But that's one more tool that they burn trying to kill them, that with that tornado going through is now power play. Kakupo is going to have to defend, but has this flip available.
Oh, Kakupa almost gets the snipe there in the corner. Tough spot against Zoe the Witch. Flips first though, but right back at ya. And oh no, that's not what you like to see. If you're second place, the Dream Demons, they'll take that goal any day.
Really good play from Zoe the Witch, keeping that core control, abusing Kazan's really strong hitboxes to get the ball and try to score off these 1v1s. And Asian going in. Great clear by them, and gets the conversion. Now quarter clay. Oh, the Finny card. The classic Asianator walk-up pressure, where they just walk up, put abilities down, and they take the set.
Big draft here, though. We do see Might of the Colossus available for that Kazan. That's going to be a little bit of size, but they're looking at the stacks on stacks. That extra speed with the air speed could definitely help them run around this enemy team. But Aimee has a couple options here, but they're just leaving it open, making sure that Cat Kupo gets something of value. But it's not going to be the Orb Ponder. That's going to be picked up by Asianator on the other side for the goalie. But they're actually just not drafting anything here. Have they disconnected, or are they just conversing about what to take? It looks like they end up with the Missile Prop and the Hot Shot. Both pretty good awakenings, but an interesting draft to see two players who had very high priority on the draft just sort of give up that priority to make sure, I suppose, that their brawler gets something useful, and then they sort of play around that. So I'm not sure how these awakenings are going to affect it too much, but if Asianator keeps up the pressure and has the extra cooldowns from that Orb Ponderer, I think that's going to be really good for this team to sort of shore up the pressure that they lack a little bit with this era pick.
Yeah, and Keddy gets aerials right as additional speed, but Greatest Meme found the KO on Zoe the Witch, and that is so crucial because that's the stacks on stacks. Making sure that speed isn't built up is really, really important. An amazing glitch pop from Reset to send it around, but it's not quite enough, and Zoe the Witch is back, but almost dead already, but still taking the barrier very early here, and will send it through with the open primary for a goal. That is a great offense from the Dream Demons. In second place, they had it in their hands. They had that point, but it just slipped away from them.
It's a great conversion. They got the clear and then they immediately converted. That's what you need to do, especially with a comp like this, where you have to make every single opportunity count. And also, I do touch upon the draft that was happening last set, where everyone in second place drafted basically damage, hot shot, more cooldowns, where it's gonna be to the point where maybe next set or this set specifically, they're gonna just kill Kazan, and when Kazan's dead, the scoring opportunities are gone, and that just makes the game much easier for second place to just do their thing, where just give it to Rasmus primary and they just score, and I just eat my words where Zoe the Witch just gets a kill.
Yeah, oh, but what a snipe from Cat Kupo. It's sent to the other side of the map, and Dendar, the game's turned around completely here. Cat Kupo, the strike doesn't quite reach, and Dream Demons again clutch out another point. They're so clutch.
That was a scary primary by Cat Kupo. Looked really good, but just didn't have the angle to get where they needed to. And honestly, that point definitely looked close, but Zoe the Witch finding these KOs is going to be so important, because like you said, the whole sort of theme of this is just going to be whether or not they can shore up that lack of offense, and by killing a player, that definitely will do it. Asianator has this flip available, could have been used for that kill on Greatest Meme, but instead has to be used to save the core. But Reset's had some really great firewall sentries here, and that player is going to go down instantly to that maddening descent. But with those firewall sentries, it's creating a lot of pressure, and earlier we saw Asianator have to flip just to save it from that. But the glitch pops have also been well placed. They've had good awareness to not just try to force cheese things like you might see in a solo queue game. Every glitch pop that they're doing has good intent behind it. Even that redirect off the cyber swipe was almost a goal there. But with the help of the defense, and even Zoe the Witch coming back as that brawler, helping on the defense with that 3 in the net, making it look so good for them. But they got to be careful here, because the net's open and there's another firewall sentry just constantly coming out.
Gotta be pretty careful here. Oh, big tilt. Yeah. Well, as the point progresses, though, once again, despite the early lead from second place, it is once again Dream Demons coming back with a KO found. Maybe they'll turn it around this time.
Very impressed with the defense right here. They played around Rasmus hook really well. They just waited it. And Zoe the Witch going on the offense and just scores her. I have nothing else to say. They're just playing really well.
Yeah, Kakuto going into that primary there, looking to potentially slow down the point, but that actually ended up being their downfall, locking them in place and locking up the round, giving blue side the draft win here, up 2-0 right now. Catalyst is on the table, but it's actually Big Fish that's going to be picked up here for the Kazan. Zoe prioritizing that size, very good stat on Kazan, and it's going to force Asianator to pick up this Catalyst here, as Catalyst sort of has this song and dance in the draft phase where if one of the two forwards doesn't take it, it makes the other goalie not want to take it because they don't get as much value. So then the first team's goalie then almost feels obligated to take it because you don't want one of the forwards of the other side to then take it and get the value. So it just kind of makes it a lower value awakening than it could have been if one of the forwards had it, especially in a matchup like this where you have something like Ami constantly putting out pressure on you, but it's Zoe that's pressuring these points consistently with that pressing the point. So they're making great use out of this Kazan kit. You told me earlier that they were a brawler. I'm definitely seeing it come out in full force here, and I really like what I'm seeing as well.
You have this now, Ketty coming on the bottom side. Mako Cage coming out. Zoe the Witch dribbling it up. I'm really surprised there's not really much damage coming out from second place. They do have a lot of damage awakenings, but they're not really focusing on it. I feel like that's the win condition. You just kill Kazan and then they just convert off the power play, but they're just trying to score. I do agree, but
It's
they're
a bit
kind of on the back foot. Yeah.
It's a bit awkward too, because it kind of feels like Dream Demons is a team that is finding the KOs, finding the damage pressure a lot of the time. The Finny's doing a lot of work, and so is Zoe the Witch. And Zoe with a strike catches the pass from Kaku with the reset. It was a little risky, should have been vertical. Tries to go directly and just gets caught out. Zoe the Witch once again performing so incredibly well and making it easy for Asianator, really.
I mean, Reset won definitely a bunch of pretty important strike wars that round, but it really only takes one interaction to get it through, and I kind of understand why Kakupa went for what they went for, because while it was sort of a close angle to that Kazan, if they had gone for the vertical, it would have given a lot less control to Reset, and with them having such low energy, it's hard for them to stand at these ledges, but with those glitch pops, they don't have to be anywhere near the core. They can just interact with it from downtown. So while they build up this energy to survive, it seems like Arrow will not be as they go down here with an open net.
Zoe the Witch looking for an opportunity here. Greatest meme getting chunked out quite a bit. Has the elusive there to not take the card as well. And Zoe, once again, so much agency, so many good offensive opportunities found. Goes to the bottom side. Asianator will stall it out for a little bit. Zoe tries to send it away, and a flip is burned in the end. And overtime starts to hit, which means the core speed gets a little crazy. The passes from Zoe get a little crazy. 1 goal is all they need. And it goes back to Asianator along the water. Zoe a little bit early on the opportunity this time, but has the cooldowns now. Good save by Kakupa to get it out of there. As Reset sends it forward with the glitch pop. Awkward angle, but Asianator has the speed to get it out of there. Now Zoe sends it backwards. A little bit of fumbles. A little bit of nerves at the end of it here, but it's still kept safe by the Dream Demons. They keep it out of their net. Zoe dribbles top side past Kakupo. And that is the Dream Demons getting past second place here into the grand finals.
Definitely tough spot for that Mako goalie, low mobility, and doesn't have the quickest of abilities, especially with those changes on the secondary. So good job abusing that fact and getting those press the point points where they can. Great performance by Zoe, but both midfielders here honestly put on a good performance. Kenny did a lot more with the era than I was expecting them to on this map, not because of their skill, but just because of the pick itself being a little difficult here. But they made good use of some vertical tornadoes to score some KOs, but unfortunately for the side of second place, they will not be taking the win here, so they will have to fight another fight later on. But that said, I'm surprised this team comp managed to work out, but all considered, they all played pretty well.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that it worked out, but I think a lot of that had to do with Zoe the Witch performing. Like, that was a very solid performance from the Kazan there, and just really good shots every single chance.
Looking at it back now, I feel like all three players on Dream Demon played off of each other really well. I saw a lot of interactions with Zoe the Witch playing off of Aginator's special. Uh, they just pushed it around. They actually passed it down. They sent it down to Ketty and they tried to force it through. And they just played team play. And I'm surprised that the comp that we talked about, the Rasmus, Aimi, Mako, didn't do as well as we thought. But at the end of the day, Zoe the Witch just hard carried, and they sent the team to grand finals, right?
Yeah, winner's side of grands here.
Okay. Congrats to them.
Yep, I think one thing that's kind of interesting about that game is we talked so much about how the midfield has so much impact, regardless of the character pick. But here, Ketty actually had the lowest on their team by almost double, actually by double of what Zoe had. That doesn't mean that their performance was necessarily bad, it just means that Zoe really just had so much control, and I think with Asianator backing them up, it was almost like, it really felt like there were just two midfielders on this comp supporting Zoe. So, even though the stats look a little funky, there's definitely some good impact there by Ketty with the speed and with those tornadoes, so I think it's hard to kind of chalk this one down to just pure stats. But that said, yeah, I think the biggest weakness of the team of second place there was just the fact that Mako seems like she has a little bit of trouble holding it down on this map with how wide the barrier is. You can kind of get around her quite well. And then once the net is open, it's just so difficult to deal with that press to the point, the extra speed, and also just how well Zoe was controlling that core. So big props to them. But second place, still in contention for second place, so we'll have to see if they can make it there.
Yeah, and we're just waiting on the loser semis to finish so second place can play the winner of that match and try to keep going on their second place road. We'll have to see if that is indeed the case. It's gonna be interesting, but until then, might be. I have no clue how long the break will be, so we'll be on a bit of a break. Losers finals next. Anything you want to say, Big Tilt Dendar, before we go on that break?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good as well.
All right, goodbye. Hello everyone, we're back, losers finals time, and Cat Munch Enjoyers, they won. Your favorite team, Dendar, and they're about to face second place. And second place canonically need to win this one to get second place, or have a chance at second place.
Yeah, big potential lore battle here, but I have given Cat Munch Enjoyers my blessing earlier in this stream. We'll see if that turns out to be a caster's curse. But one thing I'm curious about is we have two players on the side of Cat Munch Enjoyers that have very notable picks, particularly Orion Calypso, known Rune player, Sphinx, known Juno player. Both of those characters very annoying on this map, so it just depends on which one you find more annoying to deal with, as well as what the starting awakenings are. But that means that one of these two is going to have to play one of their off picks, but I know they both have some potentially very strong contenders for this map. For the sake of not leaking those, I will not say what they are, but that said, Big Tilt, Taiko Temple, aside from the typical Creation Awakening and potentially even some picks like Estelle, what are you potentially looking for here if you're either side on this map?
Looking on blue side, I think it's Jewish Asian on Brawler, so he plays when I know Kazan, and Greatest Meme can play basically any Brawler, so I'm looking at Asher with Siege Machine. Just Asher in general is really good on this map. You could see an X if they play something like that, like Orbs X, but I'm mainly looking at Asher as a Brawler, but again, the one tricks are gonna get banned out, at least one of them. So you're either gonna have a Sphinx Juno or Orion Rune. Which, how do you feel about Rune on this map, Dendar?
I mean, this map makes that character look playable. That is my opinion. I mean, this is just like with Siege Machine start too. I think that if there is a map to be time to be picking Rune, well, it is going to be on the goalie side. It's definitely still going to be strong here, and I think this would be the time to do it. But we do see X and Vice picked up, so if Rune does get picked, that's a lot of damage, and Rune does not have a ton of health. So it's definitely going to be a little bit rough, but this Drakkar pickup I do like, because that's going to give them that shotgun in the pocket that is going to cover so much space, but it's actually Kazan and Atlas picked up. For Cat Munch Enjoyers, that means it's going to be Orion on that Atlas, unless we see the insane Atlas forward and Kazan goalie, which I don't think we are going to see. But that said, the Atlas pick here going to give some healing for that damage comp. For that said, maybe it would have been nice to see a Now pick up here instead of that Drakkar, but you can't have everything. You got to pick whatever is comfortable for you, and with this pick 6 being the Aimi, that is a hard character to deal with on this map. That Fireball Sentry, we saw how good it was even on a map like Inky's. Having it here where there is a small space that you are stuck in, and now there's a constant stream of hits coming in, you're either going to eat 1,000,000 damage from that Siege Machine turret, or the core is going to hit your barrier. So you're going to have to figure out one of the two, and at least with the Atlas healing, you have somewhat of an option, but it's definitely going to be rough. That said, Kazan also not the best brawler on this map, I feel like. I don't know, Big Tilt Saya, how do you feel about the blue side composition here and how they're going to have to deal with damage with Kazan not having a ton of health?
Yeah, I have a vision of how it's gonna go. Kazan's gonna get the ball in the corner, and then either he's gonna get dash punched by ult by X, then one Vice primary into like the Aimi dash, and he's like dead. So it all depends if the Cat Munch Enjoyers draft win set 1 and they just draft stagger. So it all depends on if Jewish Asian can live and they just score, because this damage is gonna scale out of control. But we can't really say that, because last time we said about second place, they were a scaling team and they played like a really good comp on Yankees, but it didn't go their way. So let's see how it goes. And never mind, it's over.
What did they forget?
Reset was set to goalie and Cat Koopa was not, so they had to swap that. But, you know, all good. We're back into it. We didn't lose any meaningful time, but that said, we're kind of just waiting to see what the picks. I mean, I have to assume that it's just going to be Orb Ponderer on the two goalies, Siege Machine on the Aimi, and what is the Aimi the goal? No, the Vice has to be the goalie here. So I guess it would be Reset on that Aimi midfield, which I think we could see potentially the Siege Machine there. and maybe even the Siege Machine on the Drakkar for the extra shotgun range, so that when they do go for those out clears, it gives you that little bit of extra push, sort of like an Estelle ult going past the middle drum. So that might be something to look out here for. And we do see that Sphinx on the Vicious Vambrace with Siege Machine. Vicious Vambrace, I think, is a good pick against this comp. Otherwise, Silk Kicks across the board and all orbs on the side of Red Team. And Jewish Asian also picking up that orb, though kind of out of necessity, not really given a choice.
We'll have to see how it goes. Sphinx, of course, on this Drakkar is going to be very interesting to watch. We'll have to navigate this midfield pretty carefully, though. Doesn't have a super wide area of effect, and the greatest meme is just getting in there with the X, winning strike wars left and right to Cat Kupo, a KO found, and the goal at the same time. A picture-perfect scoring attempt from second place.
Vice teleport, put down ult, and they just kill him. And I feel like that's just how it's gonna go during this match, unless Cat Munch and Joyous turn it around. But with that kill, doesn't look good for them. Orion Calypso trying to hold it down in the back line, but they lose their barrier. So on the back foot now, trying to get the ball out. Sphinx pushing it up with the shotgun. But it's like it's out, and Kakupo again scores with the ultimate.
Yeah, this is a tough situation because we're definitely seeing the downfall of Atlas on this map. Once you lose your barriers, is that you just don't have that speed or mobility to really get around. And when there's a Vice ult just staring you down, you can't really act, so you're kind of just put in a tough spot. The first round going down because a strike shot was missed, and then this one, just so much pressure. If Kakupo keeps being allowed to go for these ultimates, it's going to be tough for the blue side, especially with Juju Agent being so low. But both barriers are down, but so is the Atlas ult. You no longer have that to keep your team alive, and there's 3 people in your net trying to take these barriers. But Orion holds it down up until now.
Yeah, and one barrier still up, though. A little bit of a chance here, but Greatest Meme with the patience, keeping it in possession. Kakupo gets in there as well, but will not be able to beat absolutely everybody here. Sphinx to the top side. Oh, Reset gets back there just in time, and it goes around Orion Calypso. Oh no, not what you like to see if you're a Cat Munch enjoyer, as Reset on the top side is setting up for a scoring attempt. Kakupo blinks down, but Orion is getting some good clears here.
Yeah. Oh, with the bounce off the Taiko drum.
Oh!
And again,
Another one.
bounce off the Taiko drum. Greatest Meme gets the goal, and that's set 1. With Greatest Meme getting MVP, and we'll see what the draft is looking like right now. Oh, mites. Unfortunate for Cat Munch enjoyers. There's, you could go good double orbs here, but I assume it's just might, just kill him. And
It's
Vice, yeah. Vice gets explosive entrance, then... Oh, going for the stacks.
This is a bizarre draft. I actually really don't know if I like how this was played out, because I think the Orb Dancer pick on the X, they already have the first orb. I think that could have potentially been a good deny, but there was Twin Drive, so they just opted for something that was good for them. I think I would have liked to see that Deadeye on the Vice there, because Aimi can work with really just about anything. And so if you got that Deadeye on the Vice, you're already going for the kill potentially, with Greatest Beam picking up that Might of the Colossus. I feel like you're kind of just giving away a ton of free damage there that could have wrapped up these rounds very quickly, with Greatest Beam already getting some of these kills so consistently. But just like that, I guess with the help of the team, maybe they don't need that extra damage on the Vice. They just need Vice to have the presence once they do get that power play. But that said, these orb stacks on Orion go down instantly as soon as I open my mouth. Very nice by me. But I feel like one thing that I'm seeing here on this map is that the defensive side, I feel like Sphinx is playing a little bit disconnected from their goalie, as Orion oftentimes has Jewish Asian closer on the defense than they do Sphinx. So I would like to see a little bit more presence by Sphinx on this defense. But it's tough when X is constantly trying to kill you.
Yeah, and that's a KO found. There is a res by Orion Calypso, though. That's a big cooldown down, but a perfect timing there. and a good strike shot to keep it in Sphinx's hands. A big opportunity now for Cat Much Enjoyers. A great astral projection as well, but Jewish Asian doesn't quite get the dribble. Another chance here, but Jewish Asian is almost dead here, and Reset sending it forward, but the strike shots are continuing to be very good from Orion Calypso. An amazing expanse in the midfield with the astral projection still standing there. Kakupo tries to go for the bottom side. Sphinx doesn't get the strike, and that slight error will mean that second place continues their sweep.
I guess Kakupo taking stacks wants to walk up to the midline more technically, and just have the speed to just walk back. Just have that presence looming, just throw a primary out and just walk back. But looking at it now, Sphinx in the midfield, Jewish Asian taking the barrier, trying to get this corner offense started. But good defense by second place. Kakupo going in. Ooh, strike reset with the X Maximus. And
Oh my god.
reset just slides it in.
That was looking like it was about to be a double KO of that round when a second longer. Greatest Meme really looking for that kill there. But I do think one thing I'm seeing a bit too much of from the blue side is something that's pretty common on this map, in my experience, is that the ball, because there's so many ways to angle it around these drums, it's very easy to lose control of it, right? Like, you might get it downfield, but if you don't have possession of it, the enemy team just gets it right back into the hands of players like Greatest Meme, who just consistently put it in. And with Reset holding down this midfield so well with their abilities, it's very suffocating. So if you don't make every single interaction count, and you're just kind of sending the ball downfield, it's just not going to work out for you, as clearly it is not the last two rounds, as now Red side is up 2-0 here, and with the bulk up pick being picked up, that's less health available to the enemy team and more potential kills. But there's a perfect form on the line, and Kazan or X both potentially want that, so they snatch it away with the goalie pick, and leave X with some more health or potentially a prize fighter pick here. That's going to be really scary. But Jakar picking up his son, the double lizard action. We'll have to see if that extra health will keep you alive against the extra power of prize fighter, with just those consistent kills the Greatest Meme is getting. It's looking a bit rough for the blue side here.
Looking a little tough as Kakupo once again goes in with the Supernova, holds it all the way, but Sphinx is very tanky now. Doesn't have to fear death nearly as much, and Jewish Asian's getting in there along with Orion. But Kakupo has such a good delayed strike that the defense doesn't quite come in. And I guess Big Toad, what do you think could swing this game around? Because Jewish Asian is getting in there more. What do you think really changed it?
Just again, Jewish Asian just not coming back on defense. You just gotta, it's the brawler life. You just gotta trust your midfield and your goalie just to get the ball out. And if you're out of position, you can't score.
Oh my God.
But there's times like that where you just have to say, hold your hands up and say that's like there's nothing I can do about it, and just focus on the next interaction.
It's interesting that you say Jewish Asian needs to trust the team more, because I think on this map specifically, as the brawler, you do need to come back more, because I call this like the JRPG map, because you got three dudes in a line all waiting to take their action, and Kazan having that topspin can find really easy kills in these pockets, because you have to commit so hard to the pocket at times that it gives Jewish Asian a lot of potential to find these kills. And with the extra movement that they have as Kazan, they definitely have the ways to get back up the field once they get it out. But it's so difficult, even with characters like Atlas and Drakar, who could normally just force it through a player. With how suffocating this map can be, and with how well players like Reset are playing, it's so tough to find those angles out. But Orion just finds them no problem and forces a flip. Sphinx on this backside helping out, but they got to find this last barrier, and that they do.
We'll have to see if Orion can make it happen in this open net situation. Can get to Jewish Asian. Secondary use still staying alive here. Good strikes past Greatest Meme. And they need to find a way in this midfield to get it to Jewish Asian. But no, it just goes around the world. Back to Kakupo. And again, Kakupo with the solid clears. Jewish Asian finally gets it for one strike, but that's it. And it just doesn't get back. Greatest Meme now has a flip available. Doesn't even need the flip to score the goal. And second place are one goal away from Grands.
The beats on what do you call it? Second place has 5 orbs, max stacks for Kakupo, and just looking really downhill. And a kill.
Oh.
Yep, I saw that coming. The classic X.
Oh!
Thunderstruck. Oh, what a save!
If that Thunderstruck wasn't there, Kakupo would have double barriered. No, sorry, Greatest Meme would have double buried if Kakupo's Thunderstruck wasn't there, but it's still great pressure nonetheless, and Cat Munch Enjoyers are going to need to stay alive here, Dendar.
It's tough because there we saw Greatest Meme. Fun fact about the X ult, it doesn't just strike reset when you activate it. I believe it also strikes reset when the cooldown runs out, because it's technically going back to your old strike, not the X Maximus punch. So there we saw them almost get a strike reset, but in a much harder to control way. So great awareness by them. But this defense is definitely tough because the barrier's down, Vice is there with a flip, and I mean, you just can't do anything about the offense of this team. They're just playing it so well, and the defense just was not there for the side of Cat Munch Enjoyers. But that said, they certainly played well, but it's just so tough to deal with a team that's as coordinated as that and has such a comp that can really just shove the pressure down your throats when they get into your net.
Well, we'll see Dream Demons versus second place in Grands now, a bit of a rematch that we just saw. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if second place can adapt, because this is, on paper, the strongest team in the tournament. But on paper doesn't always translate. We'll have to see.
Second place looked really strong. If they played like this the last game, maybe the Inkies game could have gone differently, but that's in the past now. So, Dream Demons in winner's side. They have to only win one set in order to take the tournament, but with second place, they have to take 2 sets. I mean, yeah, 2 games, technically, to reset the bracket and to take the tournament. So, we're in for a long one or a short one, so we'll see how it goes.
I think another thing to consider here is with Dream Demons. We definitely saw Zoe the Witch perform in that previous game, but they've had a little bit of downtime now that they've been waiting for the next game. They haven't had games back-to-back, whereas this other team is going to be coming into the play hot. So we're going to have to see if that comes up or whether or not they can consistently perform like they did in the previous one. But for now, we're just waiting on the picks and bans, so on and so forth. But that said, I don't know, Saya, will we be cutting to a break before this next one, or are we just getting straight into it?
I think we're just gonna get straight into it. It looks like both teams are here, so
Okay.
the setup should be relatively quick, and we just talk about the teams. This is a pretty interesting grand finals. Dream Demons in second place. Dream Demons, definitely not the team people had on paper to be like a top 2 team, but definitely in like that middle of the pack in terms of perception before the tournament. But they really showed up.
Definitely. Oh, go ahead.
I was really impressed with how they played that Inkies match, but again, that's another game in the past. Let's see how they can keep that momentum in the winner side and shut down the momentum of second place.
So, I guess, what do you think the power picks will be, especially in the brawler position, right? Because we've seen both the Greatest Meme and Zoe the Witch really perform. Zoe the Witch, of course, in their last matchup was just so good at scoring. So, what do you think the picks will be, the bans will be, and just the general priorities of the teams here?
I think it's tough to say without knowing the map or awakenings. Once we get that figured out, it'll be definitely a lot easier. But that said, if they take away Zoe's Kazan, I could definitely potentially see that. But should we get a map that's a bit more closed off, perhaps they feel like they won't need to. But I'm not terribly familiar with Kenny's picks, but I think one thing that is for certain in my mind is giving Reset that Aimee is definitely a mistake. You cannot let them play the way that they've been playing on that character against you, because you will not have a good time.
Yeah, Big Tilt, as someone who is pretty familiar with the position, what are your thoughts?
For Brawler, I feel like it really depends on. I feel like if Greatest Meme gets the comfort picks, which is Rasmus X, because you can see they're really comfortable getting these side kills, these really good clears from Cat Kupo leading to the core being near the edge, which leads to Greatest Meme going for these really high value dash punch kills or punch flip or bell ringer in the dash, all these combos that X can do, and that really swings the momentum into second place, which I feel like they perform the best when it's a power play and they just throw unrelenting pressure at the barriers, which leads to Cat Koopa just teleporting in with the Thunderstruck and just putting down the ultimate, and they just explode. So it's all down to whether the snowball effect can be stopped from second place and whether Dream Demons can get Zori the Witch, the comfort character, which is the carry character, which is Kazan, or maybe like a Rasmus, or just a character that can win those really, really important 1v1s, which converts into the goal, the barrier into the goal.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see if it is indeed the case. Dream Demons have gone blue side here. Be interesting to see what picks they prioritize. And second place have learned. They have banned Inkies as their first map ban. Crazy.
I think, based on what we saw, no shade to them, a reasonable ban. It is not a map you get to play on a lot, so if you are not comfortable on it, I would suggest just getting rid of it. But
True.
one thing I'm curious about, and with them being red side, I suppose this will not be an issue. I was going to see if this was going to be yet another game where Cat Kupo gets that first pick taken for them, but with them being red side, maybe that Finny will get snatched away or potentially banned out outright. But it's tough because, like you guys said, Greatest Meme has a lot of potential, very comfortable picks that, based on the Awakenings, could be really scary to deal with. And then you have players like Cat Kupo and Reset who are known for very specific picks. You either have to target one of those players, or you potentially ban out one of Greatest Meme's comfortable picks, and then they just have another one anyways, and also you have to deal with the full force of the other two players. It's very hard to navigate a draft phase against these players, but if the game goes like the previous one, we will just have to see whether or not that's the case. But for now, we're just kind of yapping till we get these picks and bans in. We'll just have to see what those are.
Waiting a little bit here.
Has Cat Koopa played Finny this tournament?
Not on stream, I believe.
Okay, so I would personally, if I was Dream Demons, just ban Vice, because that Vice character is really disturbing, and that just facilitates all the offense. As we saw, the Mako doesn't really have that widespread screen presence as well as Vice, where you just teleport in and you just put these strong, wide, large hitboxes that just cover the whole barrier, and there's nothing really you can do. So I feel like banning the Vice could be a really good strategy on the side of Dream Demons.
All right. We're going Demon. Demon Deus for
Ooh,
Dream Demons. Oh, wow.
I don't know if I agree with letting them have that, but we'll have to see how that works out. But I don't know. Cat Kupo is not a player I would want to play against if I'm on Demon Deus. That is all I have to say about that.
All right. Well, we'll see the Awakenings and all of that in just a second. I'm putting in the code. And bam, or Ponder Prime Time.
Oh yeah, we've seen this one before, I think. I don't know, it's all getting mashed together. But I think orbs on this map kind of suck. I'll say it.
Yeah,
do you agree?
they're very
Big Toe
awkward.
Messiah? Yeah. Okay.
But Big Tilt, do you agree though?
Yeah, it's specifically the placements of like the sound waves, because like the orbs are on the sound waves, and it's kind of weird because like you're out of the play, and the orbs are just, you can easily just get taken away. And I feel like Prime Time's just too good of an awakening to just pass up. So I would assume like maybe a goalie takes Orb Ponder just cause, but I feel like it's gonna be a full Prime Time thing. But I was talking about this before. I do want to talk about Mag Souls on this map, because I told my friend Sovereign about, he was in a solo queue match, and I told him, oh, pick Mags on this map. Because like the way I would play it, I just stand at the midline and just, because the barriers are so close to each other, it's like you can just sit up the mid line, just walk up, and you have so much speed, but you can just be a whole presence. And I feel I want to see Mag Souls on the brawler, at least on one of these players. I think Mag Souls was taken at a Nassau match. I think the Lob City versus Cosmic Calamities. I think someone took Mags on that map when they played in.
Out of all the maps that exist in the game, I think Demon is one of the better ones for Mags for sure.
Yeah. Because for Mags, there was this sort of point of contention where on certain maps you can't, instead of taking something like Van Braces, you just take the Mag Souls, stand in the middle, and then use it to avoid the damage by just outspeeding everything that's going to come at you. But on a map like Demon Days, I don't know if I personally love it, just because with how suffocated everything is. If you have something like a Van Braces, you're going to be hitting a lot of people and getting a ton of health back. But the extra speed once the barriers do go down could potentially be really nice, but on something like this X-Brawler pick, I don't know if that's what we're going to see, but maybe on something like the Kazan, where you already have that innate mobility where once the speed runs out, you can slip away with that secondary to try to catch up to wherever the core is and not have to worry about that slicks kick speed. I could maybe see that come out, but we've got for the side of second place, we've got, I have to assume that's a Drakkar goalie with Aimee and X on the forward slot, and then a comp we typically see with an X as the forward, the Era and Mako, that double enchanter style comp, as Gordo and I have talked about it in the past, where you really just soup up your forward and let them go crazy. But on a character like Kazan, I don't know if you're really getting that full value that you would like to get on it versus something like an X or maybe even something like Erasmus. It's hard to say, but we'll have to see how they make it work out. But I do like the picks overall. I'm just curious about where this Drakkar is going.
Yeah, it's wait, Drakkar? Oh, that's Reset.
That's Reset, but then who's the Aimee?
Kakupo.
Okay, so Aimee goalie on this map with the Drakkar midfield?
Yeah.
Interesting, okay. That's not what I was expecting. I figured that it would be the Drakkar goalie with try to use the shotgun to get it out of those pockets and just use the impact of it, but the Aimee goalie, I think, does make sense here. It's a little bit weaker on the defensive side, but those turrets can definitely be a pain. So if that's the case, I think it's definitely interesting, and I'm down for it. So we'll have to see how Reset does on that Drakkar pick as opposed to the Aimee. But I do think Drakkar's pretty good here. At least XDME used to say, well, the data says that he's good on this map. So if the data says he's good, perhaps there's some truth there. But the only thing that matters is the performance, not the data here, and we'll be getting into that soon enough. But just at face value here, as far as the eye test as we get into this game, how are you guys feeling about these comps? Are there any characters you're thinking are going to take this Orb Ponder, other than, I would have to imagine, the Mako, and if this is an Aimee goalie, potentially that?
Big Tilt, you're going to have to save me here.
I think personally I would pick Primetime as X, just because Primetime's broken, and I feel like I would just get more value out of Primetime as the brawler. Maybe Primetime for Era, I would assume as well. I don't think anyone else that's not the goalie would take orbs, unless they prefer orbs in general, because the scaling with orbs is massive, because if you get Dancer as well, that's just snowballs into you just winning, basically. So we'll see how it goes.
That said, with those orbs being behind the locks and just so out of the play, I don't think realistically as a forward you can justify taking it. And here we see both the goalies take it, but we actually do see Reset pick up that Orb Ponderer. Perhaps they value, because Drakkar has that inherent 2-charge system, they value getting those extra charges online quickly. But that said, both players missing the kickoff. But we do see a barrier taken finally for the red side. But that said, Zoe the Witch, with a strangely disjointed crooked leverage hitbox, manages to take the second barrier, but AJ and Kenny on this defense here will have to find a way to keep this barrier up and get it back to Zoe before Calamity strikes.
Oh, and Zoe once again gets in there with the Kazan. Hook into strike to the bottom corner, perfectly played, and that is Dream Demons going 1-up. And if they could do more like that, this could be a swift grand finals.
I feel like the game plan for Dream Demons is just feed as much support into Zoe the Witch as possible and just help them convert, because Zoe is the type of player where if they have the ball in their hands, they will convert, and that's one of the strongest, just being in front of the goalie and just putting all these hitboxes and being tricky with all the setups and the matchup checks. But greatest meme, doing X things, X Maximus, punching the goalie, punching the midfield, and getting the point.
Right, Dendar, it's a bit of an awkward situation here, but Zoe's once again almost getting 2 barriers. That was just a little bit too early to get the second. Just amazing core control here, but I think what we're seeing right now is damage could be a problem. Zoe could just die in the later rounds.
Honestly, I don't even know if we need to wait till the later rounds. Kazan having that low base stagger of, I believe, 1,000, and then pretty poor scaling on that stagger. It's going to be really reliant on the Awakenings here. But even though they don't just convert goals, it seems they're converting kills as well. Kazan having great ways to confirm those kills. And also confirm these goals with those crooked leverage covering both things that they could possibly need it for. Asianator is sitting pretty with this flip in the back line, not really having to take action here. Zoe the Witch is just constantly converting every time they get an opportunity, whether it's a kill or a goal. So we'll have to see whether or not they start putting on the pressure here on Zoe, and it seems like they've chosen violence, as Zoe's now very low HP and they have control of all of the orbs. Zoe is about to be on their way out and potentially a goal on their way in for the red side here.
Big tilt. It's looking a little tough for both brawlers as they're the ones being chipped down. I guess it's a bit of an awkward situation as both are on the brink of death. What do you think of the game state in terms of damage here? Because of course Drakar X feels like it would kill alongside the Aimi a little bit better, but we're seeing both of them just taken incredibly low.
Yeah, with the combo of Drak X, there's no really great kill confirms. Sure, they have a lot of damage, but like X is not really that good at confirming kills without dumping his whole kit. And if they do some really good positioning and evading, X is really bad. Like, really bad at securing those kills. But I would like to see Drek go for these sneaky invisible cloak, like shotgun like special on the Molten Bolt. As we see Kazan take heavy impact. Not drafting for stagger, assumingly just trying to get rid of heavy impact from Drek. Era going Castellast, just Castellast being a really good awakening for Era. Ooh, extra special on Aimi. That's really scary. And Chrono Boost X and Unstoppable Drek to round it out. I don't know which team won. It's really hard to tell, because I feel like the winner is Kakakupo getting this extra special, because they're gonna basically have infinite turrets, and that turret's gonna stack a lot of damage, which leads to Zoe the Witch being either dead or just out of the play, which doesn't let them do what's best for them, which is being involved. But if they're dead most of the time, they're losing a lot of value. So we'll see how the game goes as the ball's back in Kakakupo's hands, trying to find a way to get it out. Zoe the Witch doing the usual thing of using Kazan's hook to get through the barrier. Great cage by Asianator, getting both barriers. Kenny coming in. Zoe the Witch using hook. Ooh, barely missing the strike.
But that was such a good cage by Asianator. You said it perfectly at the perfect time. Like, that got 2 barriers from one ability basically, and now they're just looking at an open goal, but Reset gets the KO.
I think there's one kind of point of contention in that draft for me, and that could potentially be this Castellast on Ketty, whereas you see something like the Unstoppable on Reset that's going to protect those orb stacks. Same with the peak performance on Asianator, giving them a little bit more health and a little bit more speed to get in position to make goals like that happen. But with that in mind, I feel like the Monumentos pick could have been the one for Ketty, because they already have a ton of speed on this comp, and while they might be trying to make the most out of these primaries, really just making Greatest Meme not have a good time, I feel like the extra KO threat and also the pressure in these pockets could have been a lot for them to get value out of. But that said, Asianator getting some value out of that flip, good damage, and gets the barrier secure, as well as getting it to the hands of Zoe, who scores yet another point for this team, making it look so easy. Where this heavy impact pick that they took, potentially looking a little tough compared to some of the other options that may have been available to them, like getting some stagger to stay alive. I think that by denying Drakkar those extra shotguns, it's actually helping them stay alive more and giving them more opportunities to do what they do best, and is clearly working out for them as they're up 2-0 right now. But Asianator potentially trying to change that as they get a barrier of their own against their own team.
A little awkward there, but Zoe the Witch continues striking forward. Oh, barely misses the barrier there, but still gets the hook to secure the second. 1 goal away from a clean sweep in this set. Big tilt. They're just getting in there.
Yeah. I think Zoe the Witch just has Cat Kubo's number, just knowing when to strike, knowing all their tendencies, and they're just converting because they know every single move that Kaku was doing. But a really scary moment from Asianator, going basically a mini Soren angle, but Zoe the Witch going in.
And Zoe the Witch is still looking for those passing plays with Ketty. Like, the team play is very solid. A rare flub, though, means the offense slows down on the speakers a little bit, but a passing play to the bottom side, to the top side again. Ketty, former teammate of Kakupo. Maybe I shouldn't say former, but oh! That happened in the first game, too! That happened in the Yankees game. Kakupo went for a direct pass to Reset instead of hitting it up. And Zoe caught it again. You were right. Zoe just has Kakupo's number. That was instant. No hesitation.
Definitely scary, but that said, these passes from Kakupo just going to the midfield, it's very reminiscent of watching Bun Bun Bonanza in some ways, where you'll see Lily Bun pass to Liari quite a lot. But there's Zoe, just like you said, having their number, locking it down, and getting Catalyst as a reward here. That's going to be a lot of energy going their way, but Quick Strikes and Perfect Form, both pretty big awakenings to be picking up here. I'm not sure if the pulses of Mako Secondary, when the core is in it, counts as hits, so I'm not sure how that interacts with Perfect Form. But the Twin Drive here, they're not hits? Alright, well, that's going to be one less thing they have to worry about then. But with the Twin Drive and the Prime Time, now this Castellast is actually looking really good, as twice the charges and good bit more value there. I believe, what, the extra duration is 45%. So that's quite an increase in their abilities, but Greatest Meme having some extra speed now, and Reset having some extra primaries. Ooh. That lock and load is going to have to lock it down here on this defense, as they have their barriers still, but for how long?
Oh no, Asianator, rare mistake, early strike into Greatest Meme, not what you want to see. But you'll take those if you're second place. You're trying to escape second place right now, but it might have been a little faded here, as second place is just one set away from matching their name.
I feel like Dream Demons are really doing a great job locking down Greatest Meme, not falling for these edge kills, and that's where Greatest Meme gets a lot of his value, getting these kills off the side, off the top, the bottom, wherever. But
you put it perfectly too, because right as you said that, they caged Greatest Meme on the top side and made sure the X wasn't able to do anything for quite a while. Going for a kill here potentially, and Zoe the Witch is forced away for the moment. But again and again, Greatest Meme just not being allowed to play, the core's being dribbled around.
Miss core flip.
Big core flip to miss when you have no health and no energy. Yeah, Greatest Meme gets in there. But Asianator and Ketty both have a flip available. Asianator burning theirs on a potential pass that did not come to fruition. But now you're in a tough spot for Ketty, because you use that flip. Greatest Meme, no cooldowns there to punish it, but potentially could have had to be a flip and walk away. But it's Greatest Meme having to walk away from the play with the solo health. Zoe the Witch securing that kill. And now it's a power play situation. Reset kind of low on cooldowns here, as that Molten Bolt is now gone, and with both the barriers gone as well, you got to be careful. Ketty coming in to body block the shotgun. Zoe the Witch not able to find the angle here, as it's back in the hands of Asianator, but the net is open. Kakupo teleported out, and with a bounce off of that corner, it goes straight into the net. Kakupo not there, not able to eject button back in time, and not able to save that goal. So now it's 1-1, but you're up 2 sets. It doesn't feel particularly even if this set does.
What a brilliant shot by Zoe the Witch. Even if Kakupo could blink back, that's really hard to save. It was right off the corner, and of course corners in Omega Strikers are a little fake. Getting so many angles potentially off of that is Zoe the Witch, now with the flip available, has the capability to score this here if the barriers are taken. But Greatest Memes pushing forward, Asianator with an open net. Very vulnerable here with Ketty so low as well, just being bounced around at the moment. A flip to the bottom side will be a goal for second place, but they're not out of the danger zone yet.
Getty, no energy, so I would assume Kakubo is just going to dump every single cooldown on Ketty to get them out of the play, and give Zoe the Witch a little bit less support. And Kakubo on the bottom side, clearing the set. Greatest Meme looking really low. Let's see if the Dream Demons look for a kill here, but no, just going for the barrier. Great shot.
Oh, really good patience.
Great NATO.
Oh, Zoe the Witch.
Oh.
Oh my, wins both strike interactions afterwards too. The patience is ridiculous from Zoe the Witch. I mean, get this player on a team.
They're them. I mean, well, we can't count out the big NATO that Ketty did right there. I was not looking at the screen. I did not see that NATO, so I saw it as like a jump scare as Asianator holds it down in the goal box. Oh, good clear. I mean, Asianator is just winning these interactions, and Greatest Meme is almost dead, and now they're just gonna kill him. Greatest Meme has just been locked down. They found the counterplay, just locked down one of the players, not them up to play the game, and just have Zoe the Witch just do their thing, which is use Kazan.
And using Kazan very well right now, right? And Dendar,
Yeah.
I mean, this might be the last stand of second place before they fall to second place.
Potentially be, but it is the last point here, and Zoe the Witch does have this flip available, gets the barrier even in the face of death, but one of their own goes down and into a power play. We are. Greatest Meme shrunk down, not able to participate as much as they would like, and Reset coming in with that Xenocloak, not able to confirm anything with that extra power going to waste, as now the barrier almost goes down. They get a flip out on the defense and have one more through Ketty that they could potentially go for here. Reset winning a big strike war, but Ketty has his flip available. Reset was invisible, looking to potentially save it, but Zoe the Witch wins a strike war against someone who isn't even on their screen. Big win for them, and big performance by Zoe.
A big win for the Dream Demons. They take the entire tournament. They're your champions for draft diff number 4 here. I didn't say 3 this time. And what a performance it was. A team that people just didn't have on their radar, right? They had second place. They had... I'm just not going to name names. That's kind of toxic to the teams.
Oh, whoa!
But there were a bunch of teams that people had on their radar. Dream Demons. Everyone expected them to be like middle of the pack. But they looked dominant. It was not close. Like, it was not particularly close. They were just better.
Look, I'm not going to say check Zoe's PC, but Big Tilt, what are your comments on this one?
I mean, it's just a Zoe sweep. I'll be honest. People have to put respect on Zoe's name. This Kazan went crazy. They won 85% of their interactions, which is literally what you want from a brawler. Like, that's just what you want. You can't win every single interaction, obviously, but if you win the ones that count the most, that's what matters. And that's what they did. 7 goals, 4 kills. Those kills were important. They take Greatest Meme out of the play, and they win off that power play. And it just shut down the team. Like, second place really excelled when they just stuffed a bunch of cooldowns down, and they get this sneaky kill off the top and bottom. But that never happened. It was mostly just Zoe the Witch just doing their thing and being them. They're them. Someone picked them up. They need to be on a team.
Okay, so first question. Asianator, you overslept draft. You completely trolled it. And here you are, being the captain that wins it all. Tell me about it.
Truly. I was sleeping. And I woke up to too many DMs. And I just selected the midfielder and Zoe that I had from last draft yet. And that's it. And I went back to sleep.
Brilliant. Okay, well, next, Ketty, you were playing some unconventional. You were playing a lot of Era, and I guess that's a very comfort pick, but you also played it on very open maps, I guess. How do you tackle that? Because people usually see Era as like a much lower priority pick on very open maps.
Honestly, the first time in Winners Finals, they banned or picked away a lot of what I played. So Era was just kind of what was there, and I saw Castellas, so I just ran with it. And then in Grands, I did the same thing because I saw X in prime time, and I just both to deny Era X and to just kind of ruin X's life by just keeping him shrank the whole game.
And it worked out. And finally, Zoe, what a performance. Absolutely the highlight of the tournament, of course. Keddy and Asianator playing very well, but all the flashy plays were from you. How does it feel to be a winner here?
It feels really good. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess the Zoe stay winning in Omega Strikers. And yeah, Dendar, Big Tilt, anything you want to ask?
I mean, I gotta shout out my land goalie, Asianator. They got the win.
Let's see. Any questions to ask? Well, I want to say that I'm going to ask Zoe a question here. If I remember correctly, it was either the previous or the one before Draft Diff where I first saw your name. Does that sound familiar? Was that one of the... Does that sound right?
I started, my debut was Draft Diff 3, so...
Draft Diff 3, okay. So that was the first time I have ever heard of you. And now you are showing up on my screen and gapping entire teams. So how long have you been playing this game and kind of... How do you feel about it?
I mean, I've existed around since beta, but I didn't really play seriously until season 2. Season 2. But yeah, but I just kind of got here recently, I guess.
Well, fair enough, and quite a debut to make, as, I mean, that performance was just stellar. But that said, definitely a name we will have to have on the lookout for. But Saya, any last thoughts before it seems like we're trying to wrap things up here?
Well, I'm going to pass it off to Achi here. Achi, as the organizer, anything you want to say?
Yeah, congrats, and thanks for sticking around with us after the technical difficulties. I was really bummed after we weren't able to get Clarion Variance working, but we had a nice added tournament.
All right. Well, on that note, any last shout outs you want to give? Let's start with Zoe. Anything you want to say?
Honestly, just my team. They're great. I really appreciate them. They get good vibes. It was a great time. GG's.
All right. Asianator.
Shout out to Zoe for carrying. Damn. Hidden demon. A dream demon.
All right, Keddy. Last words.
Zoe best Kazan NA.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay.
That's quite a statement.
Are we going to see a little bit in the upcoming NASA qualifiers potentially?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Well,
I think there's a big shout out that has yet to be made. Shout out to the Sandman for holding Asianator hostage and making this team possible.
all right. See everyone. Draft Diff, I guess, Achi. We'll be on a bit of a hiatus, right?
Yeah, a bit of it. While I just rethink some stuff.
Yeah, so this will be the last one for a bit. So thanks everyone for watching, and see you in 5 minutes where I have to do the 2 hours ECC stream, which I will do immediately after we go to a break. Goodbye everyone. Stick around please.
Goodbye.